Hello, hello everyone. Hello guys. How's everyone feeling today? I know you're as excited as we are. It's Black Matter, it's Onaga, it's day 4 of the league phase of the African Pro Series. And here we've come to witness 4 teams make that 8 clash against each other to see if there's gonna be a little switch in that board. But hello Onaga, how are you doing?
Hello Black Matter, I'm good. And hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to day 4 African Pro Series. Hope we're gonna have a very good time.
Hopefully we do get to have a good time, like you said. But then first game up for tonight is Mashharder versus Trinity. And if there's anything we know about these guys, it's that Trinity has been the giant slayer so far, taking down Cyclone, bringing them down above that one first position. They were the first, and now PDX has overtaken them. Flawless, no map drop, no single loss. But we can't say the same for Cyclone, and that's because Trinity did what they did, and now they are number 3, just below Cyclone. But let's see how today matches go, man.
Yeah, of course, we're expecting that today definitely will be electrifying. You know, as the match progresses, the top teams get to promote, and the lesser teams will drop off. So yeah, the higher we go, the tougher it becomes. There's nothing short of tough going on tonight. You can already see the lineups, the matches that we're going to be playing. I believe it's going to be very, very tough.
And I'm looking at the player lineups here, the roster. Actually, not the roster. We're looking at the top 5 players in the league here. And it's Ior with 1.75 KD, of course, from PDX. And also Muji, 1.56 KD from Trinity. And then we have 3 PDX players, the top 5 in the league. Man, you can tell they are not just number 1, their players are also one of the best out there in the league.
Yeah, they are showing that dominance, and that's what you expect. How else do you explain that you are the best if you don't have, your players on as part of the top 5 in the league? You have Eeyore and 7KX, and of course Charisma there. That's actually to show how much power they have in the league, and it's good to see.
It's good to see indeed. Of course, Simzi from Cyclone still redeeming their name there as one of the top 5 players in the league. And now looking at the stats behind these both teams that are going to be clashing tonight, we do have a 66.7 tie win rate here between both these teams, and of course Trinity being third thanks to their victory against Cyclone Esports, and fourth for Mashharder. But hey, the numbers will say one thing, the gameplay always say another, man.
Yeah, it's actually surprising having Mashharder there. Maybe they just made a few slips here and there, because from their performance so far, they've been actually very good. You could see from dominance there, they're sitting comfortably at 57, while you have Trinity at 42. Yeah, the numbers can be a thing, but usually it happens when there's a slip here and there. But then you don't want to be making a slip here, because at the end of the day, it's what comes up that comes up. So yeah, you better step up your game, otherwise you fall off.
Yeah, you better step up your game indeed. And now looking at the maps here, Hardpoint on the Summit is the first one they're going to be clashing in, and Search and Destroy on Meltdown. We haven't gotten to see these maps too often, so I like the whole exclusivity thing we've got going on here with Meltdown. You know, not too common, not too rare, but still, standoff is going to be played for control. And I want to see how both these teams clashing. We've got the same win rate, so honestly, if I want to ask for predictions, it might be a bit challenging for the viewers or the casters to decide, because the stats are saying that both of them have the same number of, the same number when it comes to win rates, man.
Well, that's the beauty of it, having a team that is evenly matched, equally matched, and it's actually very difficult to call. So yeah, everybody will be looking out for what is going to happen in the field of play tonight. And I'm actually quite excited to see Mel, very old, should I call it OG map? So yeah, I'm excited to say, I'm pretty sure they will be excited as well. But anyways, we're starting with Summit, which is a bread and butter map, as I usually call it. Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Bread and butter, hopefully butter for these teams, because right now they will need it. They need it, because it's not gonna be funny. We've got these teams clashing against each other tonight, and of course, look at the area view of the map. Hardpoint on Summit. Both these teams will clash here real soon. It's just the calm and the view before the gunfights, the need fight, the operator skills, and everything they've got for us tonight comes down to descend upon their opponents. But yeah, back to the caster's cam it is.
Yeah, it's a snowy mountain sort of scenery. But then that when the match starts, you don't get to feel the snow at all. It's all heat on heat on heat, back to back, when the Predator missiles and the Sparrows and everything starts, and we're into the match already.
No time wasted indeed. It's gonna be P1, and they will start it out up here in the server room. And of course, numbers back and forth. Marshall are quick to get one for themselves. Gunfight's gonna come through. Sklaps finds a double. Instinct falls. Muji falls. VPEX falls. Mashharder 11-0. Trinity not fighting their footing, as that P1 hill is dominated early by Mashharder.
Of course, they're bringing in the anger here, finding themselves in that position. I don't think it's a very comfortable one for them. So yeah, they're going to try to be as fast as possible, be as swift as possible, push the lead farther away as far as possible. You have a VDEC there, has a player up in a field of view, takes him out. He has control of that objective. He gets taken out. This point, is that enough to give Trinity a chance at the objective? That's contest coming through, but then the contest gets knocked off 38, and they're pushing the lead even farther and farther away. Right now, it doesn't seem like they're going to be having any inch at the door. We're talking Trinity here. One player goes out, contest comes through for them. They finally get 3, Black Martha, finally get 3.
Finally, the word to use now, the Hunter drone from Michael on VMP will come through, and now of course they will start things out early here. Mashharder knows that P2 has to matter if they want to keep up this lead they've got here, but Trinity somehow still not fighting their footing. Michael there, that's a 2-piece picked up, and now Trinity somehow take back that hill. That's get the switch play. 6-man slides through, but doesn't find the kill. But Trinity somehow holding on to hopefully Squid waits the Sparrow, finds 3. Pokemon gets shut down, take it down now. Phoenix comes out with that war machine. Operator skills now coming out to play for Mashharder. They take back that hill, and Squid finds a double now. Muji falls, Michael falls, 56. That's a triple for the man. But Mashharder are still holding on to that hill for the scrap time there. Let's see if Trinity can get even that.
It doesn't seem like it because you already have Squid in position, but then Squid gets taken out. It doesn't stop the advancement from the Mashharder team anyway. Seems like they already have control of the next kill at this point. As League Kids take out 2 players there, and of course they have control at this point. They have control of the next kill. They already have 4 players in position. Sparrow comes through there, but then Sparrow gets taken out. V-Neck comes in with the trophy system there. That Storm with the death machine dealing there, but then it gets taken out with the XM4 right there. It doesn't stop them anyway because they still have total control of this objective. Finally, contest come through, push their way in. They're able to squeeze a little out of that OBJ, that's Team IK there. But then we have the Claw coming in. Will the Claw be able to do any damage? It does 1, does 2, but then it gets sent away. Storm comes through with the XM4, clears it for them. He gets taken away himself by Micro. It seems like you have Instinct, have dominance here in the objective, but then he gets sent away himself. Vapex there finds 1 player, takes him out, and he gets taken away. 82-53. It seems like they're trying to level up. It's still very far away, but then it seems like Trinity is finding their way back in the game.
3 pieces from Instinct, that's gonna do something now, shouldn't it? We saw double the score lead that Mashharder gave, and now it's just 20 points away as they will try to keep them away from that hill. Mashharder dominated, but how much more can Trinity hold out as Mashharder gets even closer to that 100-point mark first? But now 2 pieces picked up, that's Muji. Squid comes out again with the Sparrow. Hopefully that makes the move and get them closer to that 100-point mark. That's 97. Clap finds Dean, Muji falls, Instinct falls. That's past the 100-point mark. Liquid says no, that's not enough. 2 pieces with the VFP, past the 100-point mark, comfortably seated there with the hill as well. And Trinity, they just can't seem to find what's happening to them right now as Mashharder gets closer to 120.
Of course, Muji back there finally gets in a comfortable position. We're talking about OBJ for the Trinity team. Is that enough? Because the forces is coming from the Mashharder team. It doesn't seem like it's something that they're able to stop. There's Claps right there. Claps right there is able to find a player. No, he gets sent away, but that was not before taking 1 down. VPEX there still inside the objective is going to hold it for as long as it takes because they need a lot of OBJ time right now. Pretty much try to close in. It seems like we're going to go into the field of play and have a listening and get first-hand information on how the players are handling themselves back there.
One my stage, my
Nice. Hold up.
One shot top, down.
One big build.
1 connector, 1 shot.
1 top.
Bottom, death machine P2, 1 HP. Death machine P2, 1 HP.
Top dead.
Big doors, 1 clone.
1 cage, 1 bottom.
One stage.
Pure top. Pure.
Another 1 top.
One point. Only one then.
1 dead.
Play point. It's close up.
Your top, just someone needs to watch top control, please. We're getting spammed top.
Yeah. One must have.
No. Echo next.
Oh.
Yo, they're coming top. Dino in front. Nice, dead. Top. Hold top.
One bottom.
1 more green.
1 B3.
Equalize the bottom. Sidom, 1 HP. He's coming top.
One mid stage, bro. Mid stage.
Follow top.
Sorry. Go, just push.
Top arrow.
1 B2.
1 big doors. 1 top.
One top.
Just hold top. I need Muji.
My goodness, that's the voice of Trinity now taking advantage of communication between themselves. So now Flow comes out to play. That's Instinct. Make that 3 picked up. And now Trinity closing on that 100-point mark. Mashharder way above that. and almost a 60-point score difference here we are seeing, but so far so good. Mashharder take things back again. It's scrap time in their favor. They're close to the 200-point mark. What can they do is the question to ask, as the boys of Trinity will keep the kill feed all blue to take back that hill. Whatever's left of that scrap time is 2 seconds, and Trinity make the most of it across that 100-point mark. And I gotta ask you, Naga, are we seeing something happening here?
Oh, well, it seems like something is happening, but then it doesn't seem like it's happening for the Trinity team. Like we heard from the listening earlier, it seems like all their disaster was coming from top. You're hearing one top, one top, one top, one top, 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 top. Anyways, we're back into the field of play, and that was Sweet getting taken out right there, and Storm gets taken out as well. But Muji finds his way into the objective, and it seems like they are pushing that 100 mark all the way down now, but then it's still a very far journey, and the contest is coming through from the Mashharder team. Not enough contest to find their way into the OBG anyways. They're still handling themselves very well right there. That Storm trying to cut them off from middle, but then he gets taken out himself. The new way he is inside of that cable car. Claps comes through. Claps gets sent away. Muji back there holding that corner tightly, making sure that nobody comes from that very tight position there. Muji still there, 131, 194. But then it doesn't seem like the Mashharder team is going to contest that. They're going to try to move all the way to the next field anyways. It doesn't seem like they're going to go and eat that scrap time. Like I would always say, if you are eating the scrap time over and over again, know that you're in trouble. Then Michael seems to be in position for Trinity.
Yeah, definitely don't want to make most of scrap. That's Michael. VMP shuts the man down, keeps them out of the hill. Muji comes out of the death machine to keep them even more out of that hill. Muji, that's a clean up of the death machine. 150 bullets on to keep Mashharder out of that hill. Squid finds instinct. That's back and forth between them. Death machine wins it out though, trying to find more. More blood must be drawn. Boxing club below the exit pole will fail and now gets shot down. Clap trying to man. Storm fights. Instinct comes out with a claw. Storm comes out. The death machine of his own is up with a skill. Passes up with a skill. Who will keep who out of the hill? But it's Trinity keeping Mashharder out first. And now scrap time is what they will be playing for. But Mashharder now above that 200-point mark. 43 points will be the end of the hardpoint.
Of course, it seems like it will be, but then that's not before Michael takes the player out, but then Storm gets taken out himself. There's a lot of back and forth now. This is where it gets intense, right? You have a team on the 200 mark and a team struggling to get there. 173 to 07. Claps back there, finds a player, takes him out. It seems like we have Equalizer equalizing the player from the other team now. Finds one, finds another one as well. It's going to be a lot of spray and pray, of course, and that's how it deals with Equalizer. Finds two players. It's going to take a firm position, making sure that every hit must count at this point. Contest come through, finds a third player. And we're going to find a fourth one. No, Michael takes him out. And then we have Trinity inside of the objective again. Contest comes through from Storm right there. Takes a player out. Sparrow comes out. Sparrow doesn't find any. He gets the information anyways. But then he finds a player that's in right there. Finds another one as well before he gets taken out with the war machine from V-Neck. Making sure that no player comes through there. Finds a player inside of the OBJ. Takes him out. He gets taken out himself by T. Michael. The man that seems to be working overtime for the Trinity team. Claps comes through, takes position. Contest comes in from Trinity. 189 is for them right now. Will they be able to stop this team from getting 250? Doesn't seem like it, because you have Storm already setting up for the next field.
Michael, Dean, Muji, these guys just absolutely doing what they can. For instance, topping the numbers with the number bomb drop, 41 for the man. And on the other side, Squid, 57. And what the hell have I seen? Trinity seems to be somehow making their way into that 200-point mark as well, keeping Mashharder, holding them down and buying what time they can as they take back that hill and make sure they get closer and hit that 200-point mark. 25 points left for them to side things out, and Mashharder are losing grip of the map. For Squid says no. Sparrow comes out to play, and Storm must well the death machine. But what can that do? Muji brings out a death machine of his own and wreaks havoc, tears them limb by limb. That's 2 down, 2-13. Trinity are there, getting more points, score difference here. Make that 12, make that 10. Trinity are closer than ever to tie the scores. Make that 8. Muji, make that 3 with the XM4. 4 points left, 3 points left. Make that 2. Trinity. This next hill will be the deciding factor. They tie things out, and at this point, is Mashharder choking.
Oh my God. This is where adrenaline comes to play. Dean with the Sparrow there takes out the player. It seems like we're going to have the Predator missile. It does the job that the Predator missile does. XM4 still working overtime. It seems like this is Trinity's eel now. Predator Hunter-Killer drone goes in there. They're trying to be respectful, trying not to push recklessly there, but that is not what they want at this point because they do not have enough time. 280, 249, and 250. It is Trinity takes a match that it seemed like they were going to lose. What are the odds? Summit 250, 228, and Trinity has the insignia at Summit. Oh my God.
That is what I call being a dark horse.
A comeback.
This is the definition of dark horse. Trinity are the dark horse of the league things.
What was that?
Anywhere. What was that? You gotta ask the question because these guys, they beat Cyclone. They tainted their record. Now we saw Mashharder leading midway, early game of the hard point, and then Trinity says, "Hold my bear." We've still got this. Despite what was saying.
I can't believe it. I'm pretty sure nobody would have believed that would happen. But then that is what that's what you expect. That kind of tenacity. That's what it means to be a player, especially at this level. Understanding that it is not over until it's over. It's not over until it gets to 250 mark, and it's not over until Trinity wins. That's what they just did there. 250, 228. Surprising. See the highlight there with T. Michael that was actually working very, very hard, for that team. It's good to see that he got the reward in terms of win, especially the whole team getting the reward in terms of win there. And we can see the match details there. Dean came out on top with 49 kills for the Trinity team, and Instinct there with 46, falling closely behind in 38 to Michael, 42 to Muji, of course, and VPEG to 24. But then in terms of impact, it is Michael, definitely Michael. We saw him there all over the place, and it's good to see that they got the reward. And of course,
apologies, man. Yeah, that was quite the game we just witnessed. And of course, looking at the stats right now, Squid, Jesus Christ, 60. Nah, come on, man.
No.
Nah, that's just no, man. Come on. 193 impact, of course, for Michael, and 195 impact. Squid has the highest number of kills in the entire lobby. The only person that actually comes close is Dean with 49.
Yes, of course, Dean 49 there for the Trinity. But then it's actually sad to pull all that hard work and somehow just let it slip away. Yeah. It's hard to see. Storm, Claps, they did a lot of work there, and it's anyways, I'm pretty sure they will be beating themselves up tonight. But then they still have Meltdown and Standoff to go. So yeah, we'll see what they'll go ahead and pull off.
Yeah. Trinity being the dark horse they are, I do hope they want to show us something more here, because hey, this is a good start. This is what you want. This is how you want to put up your expectations for your viewers, your fans,
exactly.
The people rooting for your team. Looking at the stats right now on the YouTube polls that the production just made, we can now see more votes towards the Trinity side. When we initially started, there wasn't a lot of excitement towards the Trinity boys, maybe Mashharder, yeah. But now we're seeing a gameplay where we saw Mashharder dominate early, and it was starting to look, at some point, it was starting to look like Trinity were playing for scraps, which you said at some point that you don't want to be playing only for scraps, right? You want to go
exactly.
For exactly. And he took what he said personal, man.
Yeah, they took it personal, and like you said, they're tilting towards Trinity because, like they say, success has many friends, and Trinity is succeeding tonight, so we expect that they're going to have a lot of friends.
Exactly, that is a very philosophical way to put it. But we're gonna look at these games, man. This is S&D on Meltdown. I'm looking forward to seeing this. Will Mashharder sit back and let Trinity do them a 2-0, or will Trinity still show us why they're still the dark horse, why a comeback is always possible no matter the situation, no matter who they are facing? Well, like Cyclone esports or Mashharder, they gotta show us. They're not showing us that this guy's slapping to check. But hey, I don't want to jinx them because the Black Panther jinx is real. Let's see what Trinity does.
Yeah, the map selection is actually very, very interesting. A very good one for me, because it's not it's not a very popular one. I think this is the first time we're seeing Meltdown in the series. It's the first time I'm seeing it in the series as a caster. So yeah, it's a little strange ground for both teams. So I would say it's pretty much balanced. You know, when two teams are going to be playing on a map that they've not been playing for so long, it's pretty much going to be like a balanced team. It's not. There's no case of this team knows the map better. But anyways, it seems like they're getting ready, and we're already seeing the perspective of Instinct right there. It is Search and Destroy, and it's going to be happening back here at Meltdown. Instinct, holding in hand, claps all the way for Mashharder. They still have numbers still locked in for both teams anyways. The usual start is always very respectful, very slow until players getting knocked down. One player already down on the side of the Trinity team. Michael, a sniper in position. The player takes him out immediately before the man could say Jack. It was off. Numbers are level for both teams again until Michael's still in place, Black.
Yeah, that's the bomb being planted now. One down, Squid falls. Instincts planting the bomb right away. No time to waste. They have the numbers in back. You gotta keep it that way. Type 3 Storm fights one. Instinct falls. And now 2v3. Things start to look good for Trinity. They have the numbers in back. But by the side, Storm, check your corners. As the man will get taken down by Dean. 1v3. But make that 3v deal as Trinity will take round one.
Trinity up to a very speedy start. They're not going to let anything slip. They're not going to make any mistake. It seems like that's what they're telling themselves right there. But then the journey is still very far. Claps are started for Mashharder in the second round. Grenade in hand, tosses it. But yeah, we're going to find those very sweet Kobe's. But enemy equipment destroyed on the other side. You have trophy system storm back there. Type 63 doesn't find a player through that staircase. Who was it looking for? Anyways, we have V-neck. Getting into position 5v5. It is numbers still locked in for both teams. Previous round went the way of Trinity, and they will be looking forward to getting this as well. But Mashharder would not let that happen, would not let that go easy. Squid in position, all players still in position at this time, not trying to push recklessly. You have Storm on the other side, Muji in position, waiting, making sure that nobody comes through that door. V-neck back there, making sure nobody comes through as well. Claps holding the silo there. That's the staircase position, making sure nobody comes through there as well. 5v5 it is, and numbers still lock for both teams.
Yeah, they are really taking this one very, very calmly
very
now.
slow.
Looking at the minimap, man. We see 3 players of Mashharder on the A side. Then we see 2 players on the B side, slightly inclined towards and might run into someone here, but they're just holding their position and just being patient. Who makes the first move? First move, shy best to be second, but I like the fact that Trinity are not waiting to be that first person. They get the bomb planted.
Lost that round, but it's not over yet. Ready up. Destroy the objective.
Okay, that was a swift one into the second round there. Going into the third round right now, went the way of Trinity again. Going into the third round, we have Michael here in position. One player already down, both players either side. VPEX finds a player, sends him into oblivion, and they're already getting in the plants right there. The Trinity team making sure they get an early plants. That's actually very, very important at this point. Muji gets the plant, makes it a 3v3 at this point. Muji was able to successfully get a plant anyway. We're on to T. Michael, gets damaged, gets sent away. Make it 3v2 right now. Muji and Michael still standing strong for the team. They'll be able to pull this. Muji sends a player away, finds another one, deals damage, not enough to get the reward in terms of kill. Already getting information for where Squid is, and if they come through, they're going to be sent away. Send Squid away. Send Squid away. Muji and Michael up against, and that's it. Trinity gets the third round again with no stops back to back. No
What is
stops,
going on?
no response from Mashharder. Black Matter, no response from Mashharder. What's going on?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know. But that's why I threw the question at you, because we saw them fight, we saw them dominate. They had points early, and now we are seeing a different narrative entirely in the S&D. Of course, round 4 we get going to what the hell, Liquid? What the hell, Liquid? Two-piece, picked up, sees them, takes them down, and now Trinity are now having numbers. I know numbers advantages, Mashharder.
Mashharder numbers advantage. It seems like this is where they finally find themselves back in the game. But then Dean is still standing for the team, and who says the man can do a 1v3. But then we're gonna see what happens anyways. V-neck on the other side, and that storm right there takes damage. It's gonna move away, and then that gives them information to come in. It's gonna be a 2v1 situation. No, man can take a 2v1. Pretty much exhausted at that point, and that round goes to Mashharder 3-1, 1-3, however you call it. Then Trinity is still in a slightly comfortable lead as we go into round 5.
Man, things are starting to look really good for Mashharder actually, because hey, 3 back-to-back rounds you needed to stop Trinity's streak, and I'm glad. So hey, Mashharder, now is the time to start something new on your end. Not just stop the streak, but actually try to make sure you take the game back into control. But then hey, Trinity still looking good. 2-round advantage they have here. That's Squid trying to look for Michael on the other end. He sees the man, but then blank shots. You get him though. That's Squid finding Michael. VMP weapon in hand. Check your corner. Squid will find one for his own, but that's 2 members now taking down. Liquid finds Dean, and now 5v2. Claps finds another. Deepex falls, and now 4v2. Mashharder starting to look good.
Mashharder starting to look good. That's like what you expect. It seems like they were sleeping earlier. Finally, they're woken up from that slumber, and that's good to see. 3v2 it is. 3v2, not a very dangerous lead anyways. We've seen 3v2. We've even seen 1v4s get done by the one that seemed to be disadvantaged. But then Muji in place, Odin in hand, a player trying to peek that corner. Please don't peek, don't peek, don't peek. I'm pretty sure there's a spirit whispering to him, maybe a guardian angel saying don't peek, don't peek, don't peek. But then Muji's still in position. V-neck back there, he picks, takes damage, not enough to get the kill, but then Muji finds a player, takes him away, make it a 2v1 right now. Mashharder looking good. Like Black Martha said earlier, Muji still standing, Claps back there, and Squid as well. Muji still standing for Trinity. Is he able to do this very hard work idea? Claps knows where he is, comes out, takes him away. And 2-3 it is, as Mashharder takes one step after another, heading towards a possible tie.
You know what they say? The one step that you make, and then it begins to become multiple steps, and then you reach your goal.
Exactly.
And then let's see how Mashharder actually. This is the second step they've taken, and let's see if they can actually tie out the rounds here with Trinity. But then Squid man is just waiting and waiting to encounter someone through the scope. But so far, holding position. Vicious might just be the nade gets him, almost gets him low, but doesn't take him out. He's still 5v5. Numbers are still preserved yet. Phoenix with the Tundra now, trying to find one through the scope. More nades being thrown onto both sides, but no numbers dropped just yet. Still preserved. Muji bomb with him, not planted just yet. They are still holding that. Everyone concentrated. Their numbers. That's Michael finding Squid. That's a sniper shot. One down, and now numbers advantage to Trinity.
Numbers advantage to Trinity indeed, but then V-neck is there trying to find a way to level it. He finds a player on the other side that don't peek. He finds him. He's not able to take a shot, but then he tries to take the shot. Doesn't hit. He doesn't hit. He doesn't hit. He doesn't hit. A lot of struggle back there, but he finally takes it. That's the reward you get for working very hard. But Muji already getting the plant for Trinity. There finds a player again. V-neck. The man with the sniper holding that corner tightly, making sure no one comes through. Claps there. Is he able to clap the player on the other end? Is Muji on the other end taking that damage? Is not able to clap him. V-neck back there with the sniper. Claps and V-neck up against Instinct. Muji! V-neck finds another one, sends the man into oblivion. V-neck with the sniper still. Machine gun pistol in hand, he's taking damage. It doesn't seem like he will be able to pull this through as Instinct sends him back and brings Trinity closer to a possible win. They have 3 points to go. but then they're closer to it than Mashharder can be at this point. After 6 rounds, we're going into the 7th round.
Yep, it's the 7th round right now, and things are looking good for Trinity. If they keep this up, obviously, but then Mashharder, we have seen them do something earlier, and hopefully they pick that up from there. When they start, then 5v5, make that 5v4, didn't find Squid, now it's advantage to Trinity. Now the bomb being planted, no time wasted on the side of Mashharder. They go for the OPJ, no time at all, but then Trinity, now they're gonna defuse the bomb. They're gonna find their way through that steam over there, trying to jump and find one down, but nobody will fall to the PMP. They have to go in. They have to go for that defuse. The time is now starting to count down to make that 25 seconds on the clock. The Liquid will see that, but no one picked up. He gets picked up instead. Collapse gets picked up as well. Dean finds him, and now 2v3. The bomb is still there, not defused there. 15 seconds time left for Trinity. They wipe out Mashharder, and Dean gets the defusing to secure the 7th round.
Lost that round.
7th round, 5 round, taking 5 rounds in the bag for Trinity, and 2 going with Mashharder. Hopefully they'll be able to find the way back in, because you snooze, you lose. They seem to be snoozing a lot at this point, but then we're in the perspective of Trinity. Man is going to inspect that gloves, gets trophy system in hand, takes it, tosses it. Instinct back there still standing. It is VPEX now. Everybody trying to be as respectful as they will usually be anyways before the chaos starts. Creed on the other hand of that obstruction, which is a wall there. Claps finds a player. He's not going to take that shot. That's Muji on the other end. Muji also knows that he's there anyways. Instinct back here. Instinct tells him that there's a player on the other side. Then the man is not going to come in way of that danger. V-neck back there. Player already dropped on the side of the Trinity team. V-neck we're able to catch that, but then V-neck still standing, holding that position where he was able to get 3 earlier. Is he able to do that? We only have one player on the other side, and that's Instinct. Instinct, a very dangerous player as well, so he has to be very, very careful. Oh my God! He gets sent away. Instinct told him that the man was there, and then Instinct took him down. His Instinct still working overtime for him, a player on the other side as well, but then Instinct gets taken away, and we have Squid here. Would he be able to slip through the plant already coming in for Mashharder? It seems like this is a round that's going to go to them, but Michael says no, takes a player away, makes it a 3v2 at this point. 2v3 or 3v2, however you're going to call it. Muji finds a player, sends him away, gets sent back. It's well, only Michael is left to do this very hard work, but then it's too hard for him. 3-5, sorry, it is, and that round went to Mashharder. After 8 rounds, they only have 2 rounds, Trinity, but then Mashharder seems to be like they're in the position where they have to do a lot of work right now to get back in the game.
Don't tell me this is a reverse choke, man. Don't even tell me this is a reverse choke. I mean, you have a lot of advantage in the earlies. We choke you out, we take the mode, and now we see Dean taking some shots there. No, has to recover, and of course, one picked up. That's V-nex with a sniper shot, finds Muji, vital kill, and now Trinity 1 man down. Numbers advantage to Mashharder. Things are starting to look good for them in this round, but not so fast. Back and forth, they will start to move towards that P side. 1 player individual on each team. That's the back shot from the switchblade. VPEX fights V-nex, and now 1v will outdo the other, but Storm will fall to Dean as well. 3v4. Somehow numbers advantage have been taken back by Trinity.
Of course, Trinity is VPEX back there, but then before I could call VPEX was sent back in. And to the next round, Instinct back there, still holding that position where Instinct tells him to look into. We have 3 players on the other side, but they're not going to peek. They're not going to try to push it. Dean back here is going to hold this position, not try to, Meltdown is a point where is a map where you don't want to be peeking anyhow, if I could call it like that, because wherever you peek, it seems like there is a weapon waiting for you. Squid on the other side with a sniper. It's a 3v3 situation right here. You have Liquid, Claps, and Squid on the other side, where you have Dean back here. Squid takes him away. Squid takes him away. Instinct and Michael now to do this heavy lifting. He gets sent back in as well. Liquid still being very liquid at this point. Finds a player on the other side. He gets sent away himself. It's a 1v1 between Claps and Instinct right now. Claps ready to clap him, and his instinct tells him so. Claps goes there for the plant. He's already sending off enough information for instinct to know is there. The man with the instinct is not going to push. He's going to try to be very respectful right here. Instinct still standing there with the XM4, deals damage, not enough to get him the kill. Claps back there, runs away, a little bit of dancing towards the stairs. Claps back there, takes that position, comes back. Instinct. Oh my God! Claps him. 4-5. It is after 9th round.
That was a perfect way to put it. Clapping the man there. 1v1 shows that the instinct sometimes is not the way to go. You just go full on. And now 5v5. It's round 10. We are seeing Mashharder one more round to tie things up with Trinity, which may just be a potential choke for Trinity. They started the S&D well, and right now Mashharder starts to take his back, and that's one down. Squid falls, and Trinity says, Black, it might just be still ours. Just let us cook. 5v4, numbers advantage to us, and of course, bomb not planted, but still held by Liquid.
Held by Liquid. VPEX back here with the Switchblade, and of course you have Muji as well, very dangerous player both sides. One player already down on the side of the Mashharder team. Muji back here holds the holding, and he'll be happy to get a play on the other side, but that player said no, I'm going to try to be respectful and not move anyhow at this point. V-neck back here with the sniper. We've seen him do, very dangerously with him, move dangerously with the sniper, and seems to be moving that way as well. But then everybody being respectful at this point, especially the Trinity side. This is looking like a choke, and they will be very, very lucky not to fall into the trap that's been set up for them at this point. Muji back there still standing, only one player down inside of the Mashharder team. Yeah, they are not going to push unnecessarily, except they are sure that they can find that kill. Instinct back there. Instinct tells them the 2-player on the other side. That's Lipex right there. Makes the slide. He gets punished. Makes the move and gets punished. Immediately, Lipex gets sent away. Make it a 3v3. Storm back there. They are not very patient at this point. We're talking the Trinity team. They're not very patient. Plant comes through for the Mashharder team. That's Storm getting the plant done right there. 3 players on the other side. That's Michael back there. Always one of the last man standing. Storm gets sent away. And only V-neck is left to do this very heavy lifting. But it seems like it's going to be too heavy for him as Dean comes there for the defuse. Drops it for Michael. Do the honors, Michael. Do the honors. And that's it. 6-4. 4-6, and Trinity in the lead, somewhere close to a win. Match point.
It's match points, man. And dropping the ball for your teammate to the field just shows how much time you have there. So just we've got time. So
exactly.
It doesn't matter whether you do it or I do it. But still, hey, we're gonna get straight to Trinity settle things out here, or will Mashharder still pull it off somehow? Let's see. The 5v5 won't be planted this early. You can tell that Mashharder want to play for OBJ. They know what's at stake. But then now the nades and the smokes being thrown back and forth. Everyone clustered on that A side. And now Squid falls first. Michael finds him. The sniper kills. Now 5v4. Liquid holding in place. VPEX falls. VNex falls. That's 4v3. And Dean falls. Liquid finds him now 3v3. Mashharder still contested for numbers here. For numbers aside. But again, make that no. Mashharder takes the numbers advantage. And that's the back shot coming in. The old and Ruti. The man you are takes the round for Mashharder as they will find 2 to settle things out and delay Trinity's win.
Delay it is, but they like to say delay is not denial. Will the Trinity be able to make true of that adage as we start with Liquid, and we have 3 players all the way Squid, and all of them are giving support in front. A player goes down on the side of the Mashharder team. Instinct back there doing the honors. Instinct still standing, knows that 2 players are there. They pretty much given off enough information. He has also given off information for them to know that he is there, but then they're not taking him out. It's Claps on the other side. Claps seems to be doing a little bit of dancing back here with XM4. We're in his perspective right now. Instinct on the other side sends Clap away, and it's only Squid up against Michael right now. And Instinct, will he be able to do this heavy lifting here? The only man left is match point, remember, for Trinity, and seems like if I ain't taking it, don't know. He takes instinct away. That's Squid.
How did he not see that? And of course, he does not let it go. Michael puts him down, and now Trinity take SND on meltdown in a potential choke of the century for Mashharder. and yeah, I'm done.
Oh my God! What is this? Anyways, it seems like Trinity was a better prepared team tonight, because I don't know what else to say. What is that? They came very angry. Like, we could see them earlier, the agitation in their voices back when we did the listening. They were very agitated, but somehow they were able to find themselves back in the game, and all the way through to meltdown, search and destroy. They've shown so much quality, and that's what you expect at this level. You know, tenacity. It's not just skills, great, but then the ability to say that, to have that mental space where you say, look, it is not over until we win. You know, they usually say it's not over until it's over, but this guy say it's not over until we win, and we've been able to see that tonight. And honestly, congratulations to them. That's all I can say.
Indeed, congratulations to Trinity, the dark horse of the league phase in the African Pro Series. They have been absolutely unpredictable, because this is not the scoreline you would expect to see against Mashharder. That was also not the scoreline you'd expect to see against Cyclone Esports, but they made it work. But somehow Trinity have just beat that team that you just cannot ignore. They might not be number one, they might not be number two, but you cannot ignore them. Exactly. They did wonderfully well, you know, especially for a map where like I said earlier, a map that we've not seen feature in the series so far. They played it as though they've been training on that map over and over again. You see Instinct there. Labs did wonderfully well for his team as well, but then we saw Instinct over and over. We saw V-Neck for Mashharder, but somehow it felt like the Trinity team had more coordination in the field of play, and it's good to see them get the reward. You know, in terms of it felt at some point, it just felt like they were stalling and trying to give us a little bit more entertainment, especially when you saw the bomb being given to Michael to defuse, do the honors there. It felt like let's just give them some a lot more a little bit more entertainment. Yeah. But anyways, it seems like we're going into the next one without any more ado. Cyclone and Nato Gaming. Yeah, Cyclone and Nato Gaming with of course the three maps, best of three, still hard point on combine, search and destroy on firing range, and control on stand-up. And I like the fact that production has changed the default images for this map. Win, production, win.
Yeah, W.
Of course, man. I mean, Cyclone, that's a team that their record has been tainted recently. So if there's anything I know about this team, is that they are not gonna come unprepared. Hope these guys are gonna come to set a different narrative for what we saw last time, because last time, well, it could have been better. Let me just put it like that.
Of course, Cyclone Gaming, a top team as we've seen so far, and Nato Gaming, a very aggressive, another team that never backs down. That's Nato Gaming, all right? And it will be beautiful to see what creativity both teams will pull off tonight. For Cyclone Gaming, you already see the starting lineup. You have Daniello for the team. Toxic is there to deal. You know that toxic gameplay that we know him for. Logan is there. Nondi is there as well inside, and Simzi, the man that chooses to be obscure tonight, and then Ninja for the team. The previous matches, I don't know, somehow Ninja went AWOL. Hopefully Ninja will be there all through tonight. But then Daniello, Toxic, Logan, Nondi, Inside, Simzi, and Ninja for Cyclone Esports starting lineup.
Yep, starting lineup, it will be Danny freaking Nello. You know anything about that guy? Whenever he comes, he puts on a show for Cyclone Esports. Of course, got Nondi, Logan, Ninja, Simzi, Insight, and Toxic. Of course, on the other side, production, if you will, we'll get to see the other teams line up. But while you're on that, man, I gotta give props to these players, man. Rai, Sway, Anime, Silver, D, King Twix, and Astro. Those are NATO Gaming players, man.
Anime Sway, we've seen him a lot of time. Rai is there, Astro is there, Silver is there, D and Tweaks. Like I said, very energetic players that don't back down as well. So yeah, Cyclone Gaming, we know that they're a top team, but then I'm pretty sure they're gonna have their hands full as we go into add point back at Combine. Both teams have played Combine over and over and over again. Nobody's going to teach them anything. But anyways, looking at the standing there, we have the men on top there, Paradox. They are the team on top, untainted, untouched so far. What do you think about that team?
Honestly, unrivaled, the undefeated, untouched, unrivaled, unbeaten, anything with UN you can think about. But you see that number 3, that number 3 is secretly number 2, because Trinity, these guys, they are something off the charts. I don't even know what to say anymore, because these guys have totally impressed me. But with that being said, guys, we will have to go on a short intermission before we bring you the blockbuster that is Cyclone versus NATO Gaming. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Exactly.
All right, we are back. Of course, it's Cyclone versus Nato Gaming. And we've already seen the maps. Hardpoint would combine first, as we're going to get straight into it once the production is ready. Of course, it's Search and Destroy on firing range and control on standoff, man.
Firing range, control, and standoff. That's if we get to go all the way there. Definitely, we're going to be seeing firing range, Search and Destroy, and this beautiful snipe going through walls. But then combine is where we are right now. And it already seemed like the bulk of the audience seemed to favor Cyclone Gaming. Any reason why that is?
You know, when you're number 2, you know, like you always say, success has many friends.
Many friends.
So
Exactly.
when you're number 2 on the league board, it does something to you. You know, it does. Even if your performance recently hasn't really been convincing, at least the people are going to want to go for you just because you're still there. But still, Nato Gaming, they may be a dark horse of their own. The gameplay is going to show. They might not be up there like PDX and Cyclone, but hey, gameplay should show it all. Cyclone wasn't exactly convincing the last time we saw them face Trinity, but let's see how it goes this time around. They may be able to redeem themselves, or production we are seeing Mashharder change the yeah, thank you very much, production.
Yeah, but then it already started with Rai back there for Nato, machine gun pistol in hand. But like they said, it seems like Cyclone Gaming already pushing the lead. It's a very heavy lead for them. 8 points, make it 10 at this point. We have tweaks coming all the way from spawn for Nato Gaming. There's not where you want to be. You want to be inside of the objective, especially at this point, and pushing the leads as fast as possible. That seems right there, taking him away. Nandi back there, standing in for the team, making sure that no player comes through there. They still have control of this objective at this point, and they seem to be pushing it. And that's what you'd expect. You know, you want to start with the heat and sustain the heat all through, because both teams, honestly, they are very hot teams, they're very aggressive teams, and they also know what they're doing. So yeah, you want to be the team that sustains the tempo from the beginning to the middle to the end. It seems like a Cyclone Gaming seems to be sustaining that tempo at this point. What do you think?
Yeah, that's it, Fred, coming through. What you said, man. Right now, Cyclone Gaming are the ones sustaining the tempo. But now we get straight to that P2 where, if you know to get it right, it's going to be a potential money hill for your team. If you keep them away, and now we see Cyclone Gaming already there. But somehow, Nato Gaming able to keep them out first. And of course, that's the contest. Triple kill picked up. That's Nandi doing numbers for Cyclone. 30-20. Nato Gaming are still contesting. No time to be a slouch in that P2. But Cyclone Gaming still have their hold.
They do have their hold. It's a question of how long, because at points a game of timing, and you have to get your timing right. But then Nandi back there talking about timing, giving them a lot of time inside of the objective right there. Nandi making sure that no contest comes through there, but then contest already comes through. Nandi clears it for the team. The man is still there, pretty much going to be the man with the highest OBJ time from how he's playing. But then Logan back here, they're trying to find their way to the next hill, finds a player, trying to stop him, but then he gets sent away himself. Ninja back there coming from behind, being very stealthy as a ninja would play. Singy back there finds a player, sends him away. Tweaks back there inside of the objective for Nato Gaming. Equalizer comes through, equalizing it for the Cyclone Gaming team, and this is Nandi wielding it. He gets sent away. Logan comes through with a death machine, dealing death back and forth, finds a player, finds another one as well, finds a third one before he gets sent away. That was good investment from that death machine right there. Daniello comes through, Prophecy sends goes off for the man. He finds a player, sends him away before Tweaks comes to deal with that obvious damage that would have been dealt to them right there. But that was not before Nandi finds his way in. Sway comes through with a war machine, equalizer in hand for the other player on the other side, giving that support. That was Tweaks all the way, pushing them far away to spawn, but then Sway gets sent away by Nandi, and Ninja comes through as well. It seems to be very, very rowdy at this point. It doesn't seem like one team wants to allow the other settling into the objective.
Yeah, before it's going to be, and of course, they are rotated there already first. Cyclone Esports, the nade's already thrown there, clarified that there's no one there. So it's time to dominate the hill and give our team those points for those kills they are getting. And of course, getting closer to that 100-point mark, which is what matters more. And Nato Gaming will come for the contest, but walk out they do. The hill is there. Nato Gaming, they somehow break through and they get into it. And now Cyclone want to defend, they want to get get back in what they lost. But Nato Gaming say, no, you had it once, you lost it. We need those points as much as you do as they get closer to that 70-point mark. 84 for Cyclone, and that's a 3-piece with the XM4 picked up. And the boys of Nato Gaming are not just locked in, they're also playing for points.
Playing for points. It's a question of time. How long will they have those points? And because it seems like a Cyclone Gaming already finds a way in, it's blue and yellow, make it a full blue at this point with Rai right there. Goes back to blue and yellow. Contest comes through Danielo on the other side for the yellow team. But Nato Gaming is not going to make that an easy ride for them. Blue and yellow, it is still. Ninja comes in, getting those stealthy kills, gets sent away. Seems he comes in. Nondi on the other side as well. Is able to find a player. No, he gets sent away. It is Nato Gaming time at this time. They seem to be playing like a team that wants to win. Ninja back there. Ninja gets sent away as well. But then Cincy all the way back to P1. Seems to have control P1 right now. Contest comes through, sends the two of them to oblivion. And of course, I gets sent away. Couldn't pull, that heavy lifting back there. But then that was not before Ninja came to give the support that is needed. Botak sends him away. Just puts it in front of him right there. But then Sway seems to be holding Sway for the Nato Gaming side before he gets sent away by a player on the other side. Rai comes through, finds a player, sends him back. Rai still there. Cyclone Gaming already there pushing the lead away. They're already sitting comfortably in that 100 mark because it's 118 right now and it's not stopping yet because you have the equalizer already locked in for Nondi. It's a question of when he will use it. Finds the player, sends him away. Not yet. Not yet. It is Cyclone Gaming still has P1 and they seem to be doing very well with it.
Very well. We phrased it well. Now that seems to getting taken down and anime falls as well. That's 2-piece early. And now Cyclone Esports are above the 100-point mark. 84 for Nato Gaming. They've got to find their way back in. This P2, this Money Hill, they've got to find their way back in. Cyclone Esports will milk it. That's a 3-piece picked up. And what did I just say? Logan, we respond to that. And now Nondi with the equalizer. They know what this hill can do. They are taking and making the most of it. Now the claw comes and as well. Up for the stairs. Now's the time. 150-point mark. 84 for Nato Gaming and no can do. Cyclone Esports keep them out. Sparrow comes and as well. All the upgrade skills from all the players. And what has that gone for them? Going for them. Nato Gaming. We're gonna go in for a listen in to know what's going
Oh.
Try and go new.
Man, top P2.
One front orange.
Dead. One white. Rocks.
What?
Nice. Oh, right, we have Sparrow.
Yeah, no, it's finished, bro.
One white.
White dead.
Window. One window.
Yeah, man, window still. Nice tricks. You're gonna spawn deep down.
White.
White dead.
You have deep. One white.
One more white. Two white.
White full.
We have the deep.
2 point. One window.
Window coming.
White.
One in point.
2 point.
2 point.
White dummy.
White still, one tap.
Point coming.
There's one flank. Yes, behind us.
How many
We're
coming?
going.
Flash
white
next. Rocks.
One in old, bro, with window now. Window.
1K.
My game is frozen, by the way.
My goodness, that was man. I like the fact that psychology is still preserved despite what's going on right now. Despite the 100 score gap right now, Naga, the boys of Nato Gaming are just as well. They're not exactly panicking. They're just keeping it together and just keeping it rational and strategic at the same time.
Yeah, you want to get your head in the game. That's what matters. What's happening in the field of play in front of you can always switch, especially when you have your composure in place. I think that's what they're trying to do. Trying to make sure that they do not panic, because once the panic sets in, and that's the end.
Yeah, that's definitely the end if you did. Now 8 more points left. That's a threat coming out to play. Doesn't find anyone though. That's Nato Gaming. Kill feed all yellow against them, and now 2 more points left. Make that 1, and yep, hard point on Combine goes to Cyclone Esports.
It seems like the audience knew what they were saying when they favored Cyclone earlier, because we could see that at the end of it, it's on the way of Cyclone Gaming. 251.04, very enormous lead, over 50% lead. That's too much.
Yeah, it's a 146 lead, and you can tell that did not go the way they thought it would. But still, it went the way the viewers thought it would, and the way they voted for. Of course, look at the stats now. Anime with 95 impacts, 25 bomb on the side, the maximum. And just for context, the lowest number of kills on the side of Cyclone Esports, right? Yeah, you know where I'm going with that.
Anyways, that's what dominance does for you. Logan is even on top of anime, so it shows how much dominance they brought into the game at combined with the Cyclone team.
Yeah, well, I do hope the S&D is better though. I do hope Nato Gaming will show us something different here. And hey, let's see, it's firing range, man. You've got those wall banks, you've got, very fragile walls here. Nato Gaming can take advantage of that, but still, strategy, keeping a calm head, keeping rational, don't panic, just do what you can. At the end of the day, if it doesn't go, it doesn't mean you're out of the league. It just means you just rotate to another team. If you did not win against Cyclone Esports, you can win against other teams potentially. But hey, those other teams are joking.
They're not joking. They're not joking. And somehow, one has to feel pity for the Nato Gaming side. And I say this with all due respect to them. It seems to have been working very, very hard since the series started. Every time you see Nato Gaming, they're working hard. Every time you see them, they're working hard. But somehow they don't just get the reward in terms of going on to grab that win. So hopefully they're gonna get better luck, moving forward, especially as we go into S&D. Hopefully S&D will be the match where it happens for them. Hopefully that's where it's happening. I'm pretty sure the fans and the team will be expecting that. And I also want to commend how much composure they had, especially with listening there, with everything, all the chaos happening, but somehow they were chill. They will bring that demeanor into S&D. S&D is where we actually need that chill, that composure. So hopefully that works for them.
Yeah, technically, if you think about it, it's not exactly over until it's over, like you would always say. And we still have control in the map. It's a best of 3. If you take the S&D, you force that control map out, and you show that, okay, we're not done until we're done here. And of course, Cyclone Esports definitely don't have to get complacent, because just because you took the hard point doesn't mean things still can't go sideways. It's S&D. We've seen a 2-1. We've seen a reverse sweep. These things aren't impossible, despite what the polls are saying, what the league standings are. The gameplay sometimes can always speak a different narrative.
Exactly. We saw what happened with Trinity, Mashharder. I'm pretty sure we started both with the audience with kills in the way of Mashharder, but when we went into the match, the first one, the second one, the outcome was totally different from what a lot of people thought. So maybe that will be happening again. It's always a game of maybe until that final tick on the clock. So as we go into final rate S&D, hopefully we'll be able to see that difference happen here tonight, especially for the sake of the gaming side. You want to show that you deserve to be in the series, you deserve to be here. All right, it's an uphill task, but then you have to take it anyways. Yeah, the standing still there. That's the APS League standing. We still have Paradox on top, the second man, which is the team that just won Outpoint, Cyclone Gaming standing tall, Trinity 9, Mashharder, and Nato Gaming, of course, all the way down in 5th position. But then they're 5th, they're not at the top, but then they're not at the bottom as well. It shows that they have some a level of quality. They just need to fight a bit harder and get themselves where they need to be.
Yeah, like you said, they just need to fight a little hard, a little tenacity, a little ruthlessness on their end. And right now, we are seeing Mashharder, though, above them, and Trinity, the dark horse, just above Mashharder. We saw these two teams clash earlier today in our first game for tonight, and we saw Trinity actually do something serious that we did not expect. But still, hey, fingers crossed. Hopefully, Mashharder recovers from that in their next matches to come. But now, on to Nato Gaming and Cyclone Esports. Cyclone Gaming, rather. I want to see what Nato's response will be. Will the S&D be the start of something new and we get to say control? Or will Cyclone Esports just say, nah, come on, Black, we saw the balls, we saw the league standing, come on, man. You know sometimes these things don't always happen in the gameplay. But then firing range, S&D, it's round one, both these teams will clash, and man, I'm open. I'm open to surprises.
Yeah, of course, we're all open to surprises. Let's kickstart S&D Cyclone Nato Gaming here. We're in the perspective of Astro Ninja now for Cyclone Gaming. It's going to take position with it is going to favor a shotgun. I don't know why that is, but then if it was shotgun, it means that you'll be hoping for those close quarter combats. It deals damage. That's not enough to give you the skill. Move the perspective to Nondi. Inside container. It's going to stay there for a while. Nondi loves this container so much. The bulk of the times I'll find Nondi's there. And Danielo all the way as well. Optic open all the way to the other side. They're being very respectful, like they would say, Black Martin. Very respectful.
Yeah, just taking things slow, steady. Hey, what the heck? Sway finds Logan. You don't pick a sniper, guys. You don't pick a sniper. And now 4v5. Pick that 4v4. Anime falls, Nondi fights the killer, now catches the man, Pro Michael Bay, but no, he does not. Nondi holds back, trigger, discipline, no matter, Danielo fights one, and that's another Danielo fight. Now 2-2, make that 2-1. Nondi unevens the number in favor of Nato Gaming, but okay, in favor of Cyclone Gaming, rather, Twix almost falls, fights behind the obstacle, but no, Ninja finds him there. The shotgun, finds him, one more left, and yeah, the defuse comes through.
Nice work. Get ready for the next round.
Yo, Naga, round one taking, of course. And Cyclone Esports, well, they are really looking good. And I don't know, what do you think, man, so far?
So far so good. First round already going the way of Cyclone. It seems like Cyclone's the upper power here because Timsy punch player right there with the PKM, and he did not hesitate to send Amanda Oblivion. Make it 5v2 here. Numbers seem to be in favor of the Cyclone Esports teams. Way back there, the man with the deadly sniper earlier is not able to find a player this time. Gonna do a quick reload, and that takes us to Tweak. Back there. His optics open all the way. He's very open to find a player, very open, very generous to deal those bullets on the other side, but then he's not able to find any player anyways. Still at 5v3, numbers still very, very in a comfortable position for the Cyclone Gaming team. Take it all the way to Logan for Cyclone Gaming, testing those walls. Hoping to find a damage, but then he finds a player. Logan sends him away. Kills damage, not enough to get that kill. Is going to rotate because the no is there now. Simsy in position with the PKM. Was able to find a player earlier, hoping to find another non in position. Find the player on the other side, deals damage, sends him away, and 2-0 it is for Cyclone Gaming. S&D firing range dominance still proven again after the second round. As we go into the third round, as they're still going to hold on to that dominance, we're going to see what happened earlier with a 3-team stalemate.
Man, this is starting to look really good for Cyclone Esports. 2 rounds back-to-back taken, and of course, wait for one point comes through. That Simpson might go big. Yes, he does. 2 is picked up almost, and 3. Okay, shut down, right? Gives him a wall part of his own, a taste of his own medicine, and now Danny freaking yellow. Fights right, gets rid of twist falls and back and forth. But Cyclone wins out that engagement.
Oh my God, 3-0 it is. Is this where we finally find a response? Because that was what happened earlier with Trinity. You know, we've got the response somewhere around 3-0. Hopefully we'll be able to find a response from Nato Gaming this time when the tweaks. He's able to find a player, finds one, he's able to deal like damage, not enough to kill. Wall bang, he gets sent away. That's Nondi back there, gets sent away. Logan on the other side finds a player, takes him immediately, but then that's not before he gets sent away as well. PKM dangerously in hand of Trinity back there. In that same position, he's not able to find any player, right? He comes to sends him away, quick back there, goes in for that quick plant. Goes in for the OBJ. Danielo holds that position. There's a player all the way there, but then not getting that damage, not getting that confirm. To tell him what he needs to do. Simsy on the other side earlier, giving so much information with that PKM, but then he's been sent away at this point. Sway back there, holding straight with the sniper there, not able to find anyone. Tweaks on the other side, from Sway on the other side. It seems like we have a player inside of contenders there. Ninja back there sends him away with the shotgun. Ninja gonna go there for the diffuse. Tweaks knows where he is. He sends Tweaks away before the man could put it.
Oh my God. Nato Gaming. That was impressive, man. That was impressive. Catches the man. The man wanted a ninja defuse, but they said, no, you don't. And they will prevent that. The HST comes through for the man. And now Nato Gaming finally gets around to themselves. Hopefully the start of something new here. Hopefully, then 5v5 numbers are tied. We are starting to see things looking good here for Nato Gaming. They take one round. Hopefully they can take this one because they really do need to close in that round lead that Cyclone has. And now numbers still preserved here. They are taking it slow. Be shy. Look at minimap. 6 players, 3 players towards that A side and 2 of that B side. Non-defined right. That's one down. And now Nato Gaming losing members. That can't be good. That can't be good. Astro XM4 ties things up. And now 4v3. Numbers advantage to Nato Gaming. Then it seems he falls. That can't be good. That can't be good. Logan, I'll take weapon in hand there. The man is just trying to find a value. Any value. If you do a wall back, you'll do. That's type 3. Danielo fights one. Trying to go for a double. They might want to go for a ninja plant here. Bomb not planted there. Sway with the bomb. And now they might be going for more. Sway. Danielo knows he's there. Danielo knows he's there. He's just holding out. And perhaps wanted to catch the man unawares. But meanwhile, Sway as well with the Thundra might go for wall bang. But then they know one thing, you don't poke a sniper. That's Ninja falling tricks. Find him now. 2v3. No advantage to Nato Gaming. They just might clutch this. 3v2. They just might clutch this, man.
Of course, I'll be expecting the clutch and Sway goes in for the plan, but Danielo says, no, you're not going to let that happen. Danielo sends it, makes it 2v1. Only Tweaks is left standing for the team. How did they move from advantage to disadvantage? I can't explain it, but Logan's still there with the sniper. 2v1 it is in favor. Before I could call it 4-1, it is Cyclone Gaming. How did they go from advantage to disadvantage in Nato Gaming?
I mean, it's kind of funny. He said they went from advantage to disadvantage and they went back to disadvantage. And, you know, it's funny. I don't even know how that happened, honestly. Logan, though, win clutch, and that's gonna be him trying again to go for one, but you don't poke another sniper. I said this. Sway will do it before him and find the kill. But now 5v4. Sway, machine pistol in hand as well with the Thundra nades thrown towards that bomb side. And now we see the entire numbers of Nato Gaming concentrate towards that B side, pushing through. And that's Ninja Michael big, but no, Anime puts him down first. And now another 4 Simsy. Now Ninja falls as well. 4v2 Nato. You can't mess this up.
Yeah, Sway's going to go in. And of course, it would be nice to play objective at this point. And not wanting to take any chances. Nondi back there holding that position, right? Sway. It's a 4v2 advantage. Nato. Hopefully they don't choke it this time. Nondi comes loose. Two very impatient, and that impatience are paying off. Sends him away. Patience is not always a virtue. Finds another one, send him away. Patience is not always a virtue. Patience is not always a virtue. Nondi being very impatient now finds another one. No. He stopped in his track. 4-2 it is. 4-2 Nato Gaming creeping into this match, creeping back into this match. 4-2 it is, but then advantage still Cyclone Gaming in terms of points. Let's move into 7th round.
Man, this is starting to look like Nato Gaming, like you said, creeping in. I see an alien engagement here. Check your corner. That's not deep. Yes, he does. Fights Danielo, and now Danielo falls. Astro falls as well. Now, right. Nondi finds one, Simpson finds another, right falls, Anime falls, and now Nato Gaming losing members. That Cyclone esports wants to wrap this up real quick before Nato Gaming makes any funny moves. That's a one-shot Tundra spray finds it, and now slides through Simpsy. No, Logan actually finds Spade, and now Twits. Nope, he's not gonna make it work. Cyclone will end that round.
GG. 7 round down, Cyclone still in the lead with the perspective of Tweaks, grenade in hand.
He has the bomb.
Ratio is gonna fuck that when he finds the chance to do so. He does that. Trophy system goes ahead to him, back to Sway. He knows the player should be in the position, but then he's not able to get that confirmed. Astro back there, and Easy with a very dangerous PK. He gets knocked on the head by Tweaks, and the man is going to rotate. Logan back there. Nandi holding that position tightly. They already lost one player, making it a 5-4 now. Rai back there. It is the calm before the chaos. Rai is still there. They've been very respectful. They already lost one player. Logan on the other side. Nandi holds that position tightly. Information going back and forth. Danielo holding this position, having high ground. Vantage point is where we favor this time. He knows the player is back there inside of the container. And Danielo sends him to oblivion. Danielo's still there. It's going to rotate all the way back and make it a 4v4. Make it a 4v4 now. Dundee's still holding this position tightly. There's a player there. That's Rai. Knows that Rai will be there. It will be dangerous to peek unnecessarily. Peek recklessly. They were able to pull through. Nandi back there. They're giving off information. Ninja being very stealthy. Rai still holding that position, making sure they don't come through 4v4. His numbers still very balanced for both teams. Tweaks back there. Sees Logan on the other side. Sends Logan away immediately. You don't want to be making any mistake. You don't want to be, I'm guessing at this point. Back there, finds a player. What a sniper. Sends him away. 2v2 it is. Sway still tanking, holding Sway, but Ninja sends him away, comes instantly. Nandi goes in for the plans. Rai back there. The only man standing for the team, they're going to move all the way into container to give themselves a little bit of cover.
Cover is what they need, and cover is what Rai needs. The 1v2, and now the bomb already planted. And somehow Rai has to find his way through that type 63. The man knows that they are in the trailer. They're waiting for the man to just walk in, and of course they blocked both areas. And now Rai will do that. He makes it work. That's one down. And now 1v1. No, can't do. Cyclone esports already has that part covered as well in that trailer. They will box the 6th. And yep, that is match point. It is. And Cyclone esports, well, it just might be good night, but let's see if Nato Gaming can prevent that.
Match point, Cyclone, perspective of Nandi, long way, long journey for Nato Gaming to come all the way through. Nandi is still standing, no player down yet on either side, but they're being very aggressive. They actually want to close this very fast, but Astro says no. Astro gets sent. Astro gets sent away. Astro gets sent away. He couldn't give that response that was needed. Simsy on the other side finds a player, sends him away. Ninja back there. All the way to Sway. It's actually very rapid at this point. Cyclone wants to close it as fast as possible. 4v2 it is. As Sway on the other side, holding it down for the team. He has a sniper in hand. He's able to do this. Objective play from Simsy there. They don't want to waste any time at all. They want to close this as fast as possible so everybody could go sleep. Sway is still there. And it's very strong, dealing damage. It is Ninja, and Ninja sends him away 7-2 at the end of a very, very heated round. That round was very heated, but then Cyclone Gaming wanted to close it immediately as soon as the match starts. They just want to go home.
Everyone wants to go home, man. and 2-0 Cyclone Esports. This time around, they did not let their viewers down. They performed, they delivered, and they conquered Nato Gaming this instance. And of course, it's best of 2 guys. So yeah, it's best of 3 guys. So yeah, 2-0. That's it. Such a destroyer on firing range goes to Cyclone Gaming, and you can see the stats real quick. Production, if you will, of course, so we can see who outperformed. And on the other side, we get to see Twix, Nato Gaming, 137 impact for the man, 8 bomb dropped. And on the other side, we get to see Nundi with 172 impact, man.
Of course, the man was in all the right angles, all the right position every time, and only tightly. He was very, very calculative, and that actually paid off for him. But then Ninja also coming in with the support, Danielo in positions where it mattered, holding that vantage point and dealing the damage where it matters. Seems with the PKM doing a lot of work right there for the team, and Logan as well. But then you cannot forget Tweaks and Sway. They did excellently well for the Nato Gaming side. It's actually a very sorry thing to see that they didn't get the reward in terms of the win. They're losing 1 player now, but then Anime, Astro, Sway, and Tweaks as the last 4 men standing. Good play, 137 impact from Tweaks, but then that wasn't enough to get them through. 7-2 it was after firing range, search and destroy, and Cyclone 2-0 had point and search and destroy.
Indeed, that's game 2 done and dusted. And of course, we might be moving straight into game 3, or we might go for it. I don't know, man. Production would have to let us know about that. But still, this is the second time we haven't gone to say control tonight. It seems like these teams really love their 2-0 outcomes. They don't want us to see a single control map. Hopefully in the third, of course, or hopefully we get to see it in the 4th game. I don't know, man. It all depends on how these teams clash up against each other. But yeah, don't forget, guys, shout out to our sponsor, the Our Sports Gaming org, for sponsoring the African Pro Series, this blockbuster of a tournament that we get to see here. And of course, the Challenger Series registration is now open, guys. Don't forget, you can always register through the Discord link in the stream description if you want to register your team. And mind you, the last 2 teams on the league standings for the African Pro Series will be demoted to the African Challenger, to the Challenger Series. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. And of course, the winner of the challenge, the top 2 winners of the Challenger Series will be promoted again to the next session of the African Pro Series. So that's just a little information to keep in mind, guys. So yeah, with that being said, man, I am just waiting for the 3rd game to start. What is the delay?
Yeah, hopefully we get into the 3rd game soon enough. Cyclone Gaming, they came with they believed true to their name again. The Cyclone comes in and sweeps away the opposing team to 51-04, and combined hard points, and 7-2 search and destroy. Cyclone Gaming living close. I'm pretty sure the fans will be very excited now. Their prediction came through. But anyways, it is Summit hard point again. Oh, we're finally seeing Coastal and Crossroads. These are exotic maps. Black Matter.
Man, I haven't seen Crossroads in like forever. What? No, who makes these maps, man?
And the map selections are fire tonight. It was actually good to see Meltdown earlier, then Crossroad, and considering that we don't get to see so much of Control, hopefully we'll be lucky enough to see Crossroad tonight. But then Summit, so much fire on Summit. We're seeing another Summit, and then Coastal as well. Anyways, the maps are set. I'm pretty sure the audience will be excited to see these map selections as well.
Man, it's PDX versus Nonogons. It's number 1 versus number 8, the first versus the last. And well, the flawless versus the tainted. And it's PDX lineup first, Charisma, Mantra, Eeyore, 7 Ken, The Rocks, Ruin, and Device. And of course, that's the lineup there. I'll leave it to you for the boys and Nonogons to call their lineup.
Anyways, for Nonagon, you have Devil, man. And you have Yuki as well. You have the man 4G. Ino Pro is there. Gera's a lot of time. Femi, and of course, a great joy for the Nonagon side. Very interesting lineup they have here. Hopefully, they'll be able to bring in that fire that we know them for. They're actually a very fire team, you know. Yuki with the snipes and Devilman is their 4G, you know, pro. Very, 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 very good team. But then it is number 1 up against number 8. Numbers don't lie. So yeah, we pretty much know where it's going to be tilting tonight. See them all the way down there. 1 win, 6 losses up against the team that has not lost a map. Clean sheets, you know, so it's going to be fire tonight. But anyways, we'll see what they're going to go ahead and do. But then we're going to go on a very short break, and when we're back, it's going to be PDX up against Aunt Nonagon.
All right, guys, we're back. Of course, now guys back with me here. Of course. And guys, really, over to you, man. Over to you, man.
Anyways, we're gonna be seeing something that a lot of people say is gonna be over in 20 minutes. I don't believe it, but then we're gonna see it anyways. We're gonna be seeing PDX, of course, not a gun. That's the general sentiment. It's gonna be over in 20 minutes or maybe less.
You don't have to overemphasize on the 20 minutes. I think Onaga is against me right now. I think Onaga is against me. But still, I mean, come on, man. The stats don't lie. The gameplay don't lie.
Exactly.
Everything, they've got everything in check. So of course I want to say that, but still, hey.
Exactly. You can take away the tenacity, the anger that comes with a team that be like, underdogs. That they're trying to prove that they deserve to, in a sport like this. They all the way down there in the bottom part, like they'll say in Pigeon Palace, they're all the way down at the bottom part, but somehow they're still here. They still have the opportunity, to prove themselves. We saw Trinity against Cyclone. Who says that we can see something like that with Nonagon and PDX? But then, that's with all due respect to the men at the top, the Oga at the top, like the NSCDC man said the other time. They are the Ogas at the top right now, but then they have to be very, when you are at the top, that is when you need to be the most careful, because you can be knocked off anytime. He that is down fears no fall. They're already there, right? It's you up there. So let's see what's going to go ahead and happen.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You could be asking yourself, what's the worst that could happen? But what are the worst that could happen? And right now they don't even have a single series win. They only have one map win and 1 point, thanks to the map they won, and 8 on the board. Look at this comparison when it comes to stats. 100% win rate versus a 0% win rate.
0%.
It's overwhelming.
0%. It's going to be so much work. 0%. But then there's always, when you show up, it's also important. Showing up is also part of the deal. So yeah, good to see that N9 is showing up tonight against this very, very formidable team. And then they have the opportunity to also go ahead and prove themselves. First up against 8, and 8 is not 8. There's no 9th all the way down. But then we're going into the match soon enough, and pretty much sure that they're checking their loadouts now and doing their final touches as we go into a hard point.
I'm just going to emphasize on this one small, but this ought to be a quick one. Then looking at the votes of the people, of course, let us see what the people are saying. I like the fact that we still have 13% for guns. There's a minority that actually believes that something different can happen.
Or maybe just their fans, maybe just everyone in the team, managers and all, they're gonna drop their votes and be like, don't worry, we're behind you, give you morals, warrior. But hopefully that 13% will be all that they need, to get there. And then when you are in a position like this, there's this story my granddad used to say about a man that was told to fetch water. And I was supposed to fetch water on a spoon and go a very long distance, and long and short, there were people on this side praising and there were people on this side booing, but somehow I was able to get the water all the way to the finish line. And when they asked him, he said he wasn't really caring about the guys that were booing or the guys that were cheering him up. His eyes were on the goal, getting to the finish line. So hopefully that will be the same thing for the Gun team. Not worrying about those who were booing at this time or those who were sharing, say, oh, look, the 13% that are saying that, oh, look, you're going to get it. But then just enter there, go into the field of play and give everything that you have. That's what matters, at this point. And it's always a game of mistake. No matter how strong you are, you're prone to mistakes, and hopefully that mistake will come through for them. They'll be able to take advantage of that mistake. But then we're already into the match in NS, and PDX are not wasting any time at all. Charisma already in position inside of the objective right there. Devilman getting dealt with by Darox. and 10 points, or is standing for the PDX team. They're all in the right places. Charisma right there, sending a player into oblivion, finds another one, deals damage, not enough to get that shot, but then he finally gets the reward, finds another one as well. Easy two-piece for the man there. Charisma, EO now. I think it's EO's turn to get a piece of the pie. Finds a player, sends him away. He does get a piece of the pie as well. There's a player there trying to peek, but was lucky enough not to do that. Then he gets sent away himself, and that was Inopro doing the honors, but then Inopro gets sent away. Femi comes in, Femi gets sent back in as well. Yuki comes in, very dangerous player. He was able to get his own piece of the pie before he gets sent away by Darox. 1 Kilodrome comes in from Eeyore, straight into the objective. EO finds another player before he gets sent away by the powerful X4. Femi on the other side finds a player as well. There seems to be a little back and forth right now, but then Paradox are in the lead.
They are in the lead. 2 minutes into the halfway time. It's 43 for PDX and 13 for Honor. Of course, P2, they rotate 2 and they take care, but still things are looking good, of course, as expected for PDX. They have the people's viewership support, but then Nonogons might have something to say. They take back that hill. P2 trying to make numbers out of that. The Rocks in the street stage takes one down, gets shot down, put down by Yuki. Now 19, getting to 20. PDX take back that hill and say, what are you trying to do? 55-21. The Rocks comes out with the gloves, still doing numbers. By Tyson he is, and PDX takes back that P2. But at this point, PDX are starting to contest hard for him.
They have to contest hard. They have to play as hard as possible because we're nowhere into the match yet. We're just into the a little bit above the second quarter at this point. 66.8 on Nonagon seem to be, feasting on those scraps. But you have Inopro trying to get into position, get the spawn in the advantage. Darox back there with the death machine. It doesn't look good for the player on the other side there. That's Inopro trying to hold that spawn. It's been sent packing. They seem to know that was what they were going to do. Equalizer already in for Charisma. Is going to push as hard as he can. Ruin back there with a war machine, dealing damage to those from spawn. And Charisma still standing in with that equalizer, but then he gets sent away. Ring comes in, Greyjoy comes back with the death machine as well, making sure that no player comes back from the T1. Sport, Yuki locked in with the claw right there. Greyjoy still dealing damage with the death machine. Finds another player, finds 2 there, finds its way into the objective. Devilman back there. Seems like we saw the equalizer with him earlier. Yes, it is the equalizer there. Of course, war machine for Inopro. They're trying to squeeze as much as they can squeeze out from this objective right there. That's Ruin, finds his way into the objective. He gets sent away, contest back and forth. It doesn't seem like there's enough to milk right now as we go into the next hill. Greyjoy already in position.
Already in position there, PDX, 3 minutes. They hit the 100-point mark. And of course, getting even closer to start target point, 55 for Nonogons. That next hill, they rotate first. They take the hill, 156. They try to get more numbers here. Charisma, switchblade fights Doko. The Rock slipping Mike Tyson fights Yuki with the boxing gloves. Greyjoy puts it down. Another claw comes out from Yor. Charisma fights Devilman, puts it down. Yor falls. Inopro falls. Greyjoy falls. PDX take back that hill and try to rack more numbers here. 109. Make that a double. Switchblade comes through. And of course, XM4, Devilman 112.62. Charisma, Switchblade still doing numbers for the man. Make that a triple there. And now Yor comes out. What can he do at this point? 63-117. PDX above the 100-point mark and holding firmly onto that hill.
Of course, they have to hold firmly, but then Devilman comes in, doing what Devilman knows how to do best, find a player, sends him away, is able to find another one. Yeah, finds him easy, finds a third one. No, he doesn't. He gets sent away by Charisma there before Charisma gets sent back as well. Inopro comes in to save the day, hits the trophy system, finds a player, sends him away. And they seem to have position here, but then that's not good enough because we're going all the way to P1. Devilman trying to fight his way there as well. But then 7K Sparrow locked in for the man, finds his player. He doesn't find another one because Devilman stopped him in his tracks. Darox back there getting sent away. Charisma comes in with equalizer, trying to equalize it for the team, finds a player. Seems like it's going to be an easy one for the man. They have that spot now, but then he gets sent away himself. It doesn't seem like they're going to last more than 3 seconds inside of the objective, because contestants will be coming in back and forth. They're trying to find a way and balance it out. Yuki comes through, making sure that that doesn't happen for them. Inopro there, Darox back and forth, forcing their way through. But then PDX seem to be in a little bit of comfort right now, because it's 5 seconds all the way through, and then they're still there trying to find their way into the objective. Mike Tyson comes through. That's Darox right now. Darox, Mike Tyson finds a player with the gloves right there, gets all the way into position, making sure that no player comes through. Early rotation it is, and the man seems to be standing still. Finds a player, sends him away. There, gets support right now. Trophy systems come through, and of course, a Predator missile comes through. Doesn't find any player. 190 it is, and they're moving slowly but steadily to that 200 mark as Vortex takes the man down.
And of course, we're going to go straight into the listening in for Hunt. And of course, right now, Devilman still doing non-pass.
Oh, there you go.
Top. Hey, bottom. One match. Okay, W match. I supposed to.
Push up. What up, jump down.
Yeah, we start.
Don't die.
Green.
Yakub! 100.
You go reach him. My first.
Asu. Oh no!
Green.
Hey,
I see this.
no, green got me. Pushing big doors.
Kill one big door. Turn on it.
Nice.
One more next. I'm going to shot. Hey, there is support. Nice one. That person really get it. Also, one person pushing it. That's what I see.
No, one entrance.
Alpha, mid lane, like 2 mid lane. Don't get deep.
They got me. One more.
My goodness, that was them really trying to coordinate themselves, irrespective of what the scoreboard is looking like right now. And 8 more points. The PDX seems to have backed this one.
Of course, he has. We could hear Devilman there in Pidgin. For those who can't understand Pidgin, I don't know what's in their hold for hand, and what they held in hand has given them 250 as Paradox takes that home. I don't know what's in their hold for hand, though. Anyways, PDX 250 and 92 on Nonagon on Summit. It's going the way of the predictions earlier as we go into Coastal. Anyways, at this point, I can't really say not able to fight their way through to 100. I heard someone in the team at the listening saying, we'll go reach him, but somehow, sadly, they weren't able to reach him at the end of the day.
Yeah, that was an 8-minute hardpoint match. And of course, looking at the stats right now, Ruin 1 minute and 32. And you can tell that is the highest right there on the boys. Actually, not the highest. It's 7Ken with a 2 minutes and 10 seconds. 196 impact. Everyone, 3 players actually of the PDX team above the 190 point impact mark. And on the other side, Devilman, maximum impact 121, 28 bomb dropped. Man, these guys, man, PDX, they are just something else.
Yeah, there's something else. You can take away the the coordination, the skill of the Ontnanagan team, but like you said, there's something else. And we pretty much expected that was going to go ahead and happen. As a team at that level, you want to exert your dominance all the way through. You don't want to be making any slip, because when you do that, you're making it you're creating the avenue and to other teams as well that you can be beaten. And once you do that, it can be a very, very costly mistake. And good to see that they're holding their dominance. But anyways, we're going into Coastal. The other team that's Ontnanagon still has, sorry I called it the other team there, Ontnanagon still has the opportunity to show that they're still very much in the series.
Yep, it's such a destroyer on Coastal. That's going to be where they will clash next. And hopefully Ontnanagons have learned a thing or two from the game in the hard points to show us here and execute different counterproductive strategies against PDX. But hey, you know, the stats will say one thing, the gameplay always say another, but in this, both seems to have been consistent so far. Naga, both the stats, both the gameplay, everything has been saying one statement.
Yeah, we've seen it happen once, and well, at this point, realistically speaking, you expect that it's going to go ahead and happen, right? You looking at the numbers, looking at the prediction, looking at everything, you expect that the same would happen in such industry. Because when you say that you expect that a team that is less favored to win would win a match, you should also understand that the team that is defending are also not coming to play. We're talking defending champions. That's one defending champions at this point. They're also not coming to play. All right, that's one thing I have learned, throughout the series over and over again. When you say, "Oh, this team, we expect that they're going to go ahead and win," especially against a team that is formidable, a team that is strong, and a number one team at that. All right, you should also understand that the other team will not be folding their hands while you're saying that, "Oh, they're going to come back in S&D." So yeah, they have a very serious task in hand, and I'm sure my prayers are with them. That's what I'll say.
Nah, we just gotta say, man, I don't see it. Honestly, I don't see it. And that's what, as much as I would like to stay neutral here, there are just some things that you just can't ignore. There's just some things that you just can't, no matter how we try our best to do this. But hey, Nono Guns, I'm up for surprises. I'm up for surprises. But hey, honestly, I've got water here. Let me show you guys. I've got a full ton of water here. I'm ready to drink it all if Nono Guns actually take the S&D. I will drink this all in the stream. And of course, I want to see how PDX will respond to that. But still, like you said, Unaga, they are not just going to fold their hands and let Nono Guns take it home and taste their record. No, they're not going to do that. They're locked in.
They're very angry team. They're a very angry team. Maybe top 4 or top 5, they probably could, slack a bit. But when you're slacking for a team that's all the way down bottom table, what you're telling number 2 is that you are not fit to be number 1. So PDX pretty much are going to be bringing that sort of anger. So yeah, it's the cost of Sisyphus for the Nonagon team. It's an uphill task. They have to push that boulder all the way to the top of the mountain, and it's actually a very steep mountain at this point. With what we've seen, they weren't even able to test 100. That 100 mark, it's usually the benchmark. You say, whoa, yeah, they finally got to 100. They probably have something going, but they weren't able to get there for hard points. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to go ahead and happen.
I want to see what they do this time around. We've still got the likes of Devilman. We know what Devilman can do once they let him run rampage. We've still got the likes, of these. We've got the likes. Also on the other side, we've got the likes of Ruin. There's a reason why he's called Ruin. There's a reason why he's called Ruin. So sometimes the player names aren't there just for show or for fancy. Sometimes they actually say something about them. But on the other side, of course, looking at the top 5 players, we see 3 players of PDX in the league. They are top 5. And you know that these guys are not just joking. We see 7Ken, Eeyore, Charisma. Man.
And interestingly, we don't have any Nonagon player in the top 5. That should tell you something.
Yeah, production is actually laughing right now, guys. Let me cast him. Production is actually laughing. And yeah, production, you don't have to show us the league stands. I think we all know where Nonogons is. Thank you very much, production. And of course, PDX, 3 players of theirs being the top 5 in the league. And we're gonna ask, what about the other players in the league right now? We have Trinity boys. Production, please stop laughing in my ear. Thank you very much, production. And of course, Onaga really trying his best to hold in that laughter. And we see all the veins on his head, but still, hey, hopefully they start S&D. Let's see how it goes.
Of course, I think they need all the time in the world, to take that one in it wasn't very easy. It seems like bashing at this point. And with all due respect to fans and lovers of Undergun, this is not bashing at all. This is pretty much just speaking to the numbers, as it were, and we respect that they're going to show a little bit of struggle, but then, like I said earlier, it's a cost of Sisyphus. It's an uphill task. You already see top 5. We have 3 players, top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have Paradox, and 2 other teams shared 2, and that's Trinity and Cyclone. And we've seen that Trinity and Cyclone are not easy teams as well. So you see that of all the top teams, there is a toughest team, if I can say that, poetic justice. Anyways, of all the top teams, it seems like PDX is topper here tonight. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see what will happen anyways.
Once again, shout out to our sponsors, Our Sports Gaming, for bringing us this amazing and blockbuster of a tournament, the African Challenger Circuits, the whole, the African Pro Series as well, and the Challenger Series that will be coming up soon. Don't forget, guys, you can always register your team. The Challenger Series registration has begun. The registration link is, of course, in the stream description. Have at it. While we wait, we'll have to go on a short intermission to not bore you guys out with our EPR. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Okay.
Yes.
We are here. This is gonna be, well, make it or break it for N9, and for PDX, it's just another day of the S&D. Of course, we're gonna get straight into the game. Smokes through, and now 5v5. Never still preserved to Rocks there with a punching glove. Might find one. Okay, Mike Tyson slow down. The man move forward. Devilman puts him down, gives him a taste of his own medicine, and now numbers in favor of Monogus. No, what the hell? Numbers will drop like flies, and it's going to be a 2v1 and 4G. The last man standing, Machine Pistol will take him down, and Yor takes the round for PDX.
Yeah, PDX up to a very speedy start, a very energetic start. With EO back there, machine gun pistol in hand. We're into the next round, but then it is the perspective of Devilman that it will favor now. We're still into Devilman all the way back to Darok. Smoke back and forth there. The man is still there with the punching gloves. It seems like I just trying to be disrespectful. Is he able to get it this time? No, he gets sent back in. Charisma comes into the rescue with the shotgun, of course. And a number still in favor of the PDX team. We expect that would happen. Only 4G is the man left to keep the team alive at this point for none on attacker's side. Eeyore finds him, sends a bullet through his spine, and 2-0 it is in favor of Paradox after the second round, going into the third round.
Yeah, at this point, you're just saying, hey, Black, you and Onaga take turns when it comes to casting each of the rounds. And of course, this time around, it's my turn. 5v5. Numbers are still preserved, yeah, but you can see the boys of PDX just hunting none of guns down. Now the York smokes through, Nate's through as well. Maybe through the smoke, you might find one, but Yuki falls first. And now 5v4. You might want to go for more. The boys of PDX now scattering their numbers across the map. So 2 players on the A side and 3 players on that B side. Storming in the mid. And that's going to be Charisma falling. That's another dropping. Devilman finds Yor now 3v3. Numbers are tied, and the boys of Huntnogos might just be sitting up. And I will jinx it. They will lose another 4G4s. This time around, not the last man standing. 3v2. Let's see if they can clutch it.
Well, 3v2 it is when the perspective of Devilman, right, all the way back to Great Joy on the other side. XM4 in either hands. 3v2 it is. Great Joy is going to take that very sneaky position there, trying not to make any sleep. They have 3 players on the other side and 3 very dangerous players, if I can say that. Darok's back there holding that position behind the boxes. You have Ruin also. I mean, that's 7 10 there, and you also have Ruin standing as well. It's giving up enough information for the players to know he's here, pretty much just rolling here, calling them out. Come here, I am here, sneaky. 3v2 still stands. 7 Ken on the other side, all the way back to Ruin with the sniper there. Station comes through. That's Great Joy making that crossing. Very deadly crossing, but then he was able to succeed with the crossing back there. Devilman is going to go there. Ninja plant. It is, of course, he succeeds with the plant. Does succeed with the plant. Ruin finding him. Darok's back there with the punching gloves as well. Ruin comes in. Takes damage, but then he deals damage back and sends the man to oblivion. Darok's back there punching Devilman. What's this man with the boxing glove tonight? Sends Devilman away with the punching glove, and then PDX 3-0 it is. But then we've seen a lot of 3-0s tonight, and then which finally goes into a 3-1. So maybe we're going to see another 3-1 now.
Maybe, just maybe, man. And of course, we get to see 3 back-to-back rounds taken by PDX. As the viewers voted, the polls have decided, but have they do? The game still hasn't ended. Numbers are still preserved. They might be taking this one a little slowly. The Nate's through, and now we see them concentrate their numbers onto that A side. That's Ruin picking up Great Joy. Sniper beats Sniper. In the 5v4 now. That's okay. What the hell? Ruin 1 tap, touch and burn. Fights Devilman. That's 2. Fighting 3 to make it more. Maybe 4. But no more numbers. PDX. That was insane.
No way, Ruin. Take it easy, Ruin. That's the easiest definition of ruins. sends them into ruins, but then ruin starts again. Man is not taking it easy, seems to be very angry, but then that's what you expect of a team with so much dominance. Greyjoy in position with the XM4 there in no pro taking damage, but then it gets sent away. Greyjoy able to get reward, finds one, takes a slice of this cake here, but then number seems to be in favor for the first time of the Nonagon team. You only have Ruin and 7Ken, but then Ruin, 7Ken, you can say that it equals to 2 players. Ruin, 7Ken, still only Ruin is standing right now because 7Ken has been sent away. They seem to be looking good. We're talking the N9 team, but then they will try not to be unnecessarily sneaky. They're still there. 7Ken back there dealing damage, not enough to get the kill, but then he finally gets it. 2v2 it is right now. Ruin trying to get his own slice of the cake as well. It is Yuki and Greyjoy on the other side. Ruin finds him, sends him away. That's Yuki. Only Greyjoy is left to do this heavy lifting right now that he obviously cannot lift. 5-0. 5-0 it is, and Paradox is just cruising away.
Man, that is just the way to put it, cruising away, because this is just 5 back-to-back rounds taken, and now we get straight into the 6th round, and you can tell they really want to end this as fast as they can. It's 6 minutes into the S&D, bomb not planted, Greyjoy there, still looking for a chance. They will split their numbers across though, and now the smoke's now thrown, vision now blurred, but can't they still find that Yor finding Yuki, highest KD, to one of the top 5 players in PDX, and of course he lives up to the name that rocks with the boxing gloves, punches double man, punches too, it's Mike Tyson's ring, and of course the guns are not needed as 4 players move forward now. 4G still in spawn, and the last man standing.
4G is going to take a little bit of breather. It seems like it's too much for the man to handle there. A lot of inspection going on back and forth. He's just trying to enjoy a little bit of play time there. Finds a player, but then that's Eeyore. Eeyore says no and slips him away. Eeyore. 6-0 it is, and match point for Paradox. 6-0. Are we going to 7-0? 7-0 would be disrespectful, but then you expect nothing less from a team at the top.
A team at the top indeed. No single map dropped. And what could be the potential final round for them, or something maybe on Nonaguns may be able to save one face and take one round, but no Devilman falls to Yor again, the highest KD for a reason. And now the Ross fighter, not of his own Yuki force, but Charisma gets traded out. And so far, it's a 3v3. The bomb being planted right now. 4G sees the Mount Thunder in hand as well. That's a 3v4. Numbers advantage to PDX. But then the boys are holding on the gun. So this might be it. This might be it. 4G. 7K takes him. The Rocks takes him. No pro. And now 1v4 is the situation here. But no, Greyjoy cannot clutch that. It's 7-0 and in less than 20 minutes best of 3 series.
Less than 20 minutes. 20 minutes was the benchmark, but anyways, far less than 20 minutes, and it's 7-0. After seeing a 215-90, a 7-0 is not coming as a surprise at all. And you have to give it up for Paradox. Number one for a reason. Paradox came in there. Easy W, and easy closing is easy closing. But then, good. What do we call it now? Nice try. Nice try on Nonagon. That was actually a very nice try, and this is not in a condescending way at all. That was a nice try, but then a team at the top will always be a team at the top. Numbers don't lie. Come on, EO 198 impact.
Yeah, 198 impact, 99 for Yuki, and of course Eeyore being the highest KD player, the top 1 player out of the top 5 in the league phase, the best of the best. He knows he's there. The stats don't lie. The numbers don't lie. Maximum impact, maximum bomb dropped, double the number of his teammates. And, it's just one thing. The standard always says itself, always speak for itself. Ruin on 8. Of course, the Rocks on 6. We saw the punching glove thing where he picked up 2. And now you're just showing that, man, he's not just a player there. He's a player and a member of the top 5.
Of course, you have to show that, especially that's why you're there anyways. If you're able to go all the way to, especially at this level, go all the way to top 5, then it has to show in your in the individual matches that you play, individual gameplay. excellent one is for the team. But then Yuki, Devilman, of course, we saw him in places that mattered. You know, you saw Yuki as well. You know, Pro Great Joy, you know, was there when it mattered for the team, but not enough anyways to get them where they needed to be. Only 2 kills from Devil. I mean, sorry, 2 kills from Great Joy and 1 from 4G, the man that was caught at spawn when every other player on the team were down. Not enough to get them where they needed to be. But then it seems like it is Paradox that is going through yet again, untainted, untarnished, without blemish. They're still white as snow. If they're wearing a white cloak, it's still going to be white as snow. Not tainted. It doesn't seem like Nonagon N9 had the capacity to taint them at all.
Yeah, it just wasn't it, man. It just wasn't it. And to be fair, it was a 16 minutes game, best of 3.
16.
Yeah, it was 16 minutes. Yeah, there was 16 minutes. So in totality of the game itself, the actual gameplay, and I thought the SND would, maybe be a bit longer. You know, with the SND, we tend to see some rounds being shy, where the players just hold their positions and try to see who makes the first move or who slips up or win. So they can take advantage. But no, PDX just full on went hunting. They hunted,
exactly.
And
they didn't let that happen at all.
No time wasted. They just wanted to just make sure everything was done real quick, as fast as they could. Of course, still preserving their reputation and still showing that, okay, I know you guys are underneath there, you're number 2, you're number 3. Don't get any funny ideas. Nothing is actually happening here, of course. But still, it's the next match now, and it's Sirix 07 versus Eclipse Gaming.
S7 Eclipse Gaming. It seems like this is going to be a little bit balanced. There's not so much of in terms of reactions from the audience, not so much of a lopsided, prediction at this time. It seems like a little bit balanced. What do you think? I know that S7 is slightly favored over, slightly favored at this point. But then Eclipse Gaming, another very tough team. But then somehow they've had it a little bit rough. Since the series started. It's going to be Arsenal S and D, which is strange. Anyways, Arsenal S and D, Coastal. We're going to be going back to Coastal for Search and Destroy, and then all the way to Raid for Control if we can manage a Control. But it's going to be Arsenal and Hardpoint for Sirix 07 and Eclipse Gaming. 2 very formidable teams, 2 very evenly matched teams. I will say what they'll go ahead and pull as they get ready for the next match.
Man, it's hard point on Arsenal. Well, that's a first. That's a first.
Exactly.
I like the fact that they just bring in these scarce maps. They just bring them on comms. You start featuring them. It's not the usual Hacienda, Standoff, or Tunisia. It's not the usual Summit. Sometimes we get to see some of these odd maps we don't get to see all the time, and I like that. It means that the players should expand with the maps they train on and play scrims up. But now looking at the stats here, we see the equal number here, 33.3% win rate, similar on Sirix 07, and dominance also very close, man.
Exactly. 15, 16, 16, 15, however you call it, league position 6, 7. So they're very evenly matched. You should look at the win rate, 33.33 for both sides, and they both won one match apiece for both teams. So I think it's, in terms of power level, we'll say that they're equals here. So no oppression for anybody. It could be anybody's match. It could be any team's match at this point. Eclipse Gaming Sirix 07, go there and show us what you've got. I think that's it tonight. I don't think that there's any funny prediction tonight. This is the kind of match where you have to be very careful with your predictions.
Yeah,
especially with the fantasy league.
Exactly. And these are 2 NG teams, by the way. In the last one, we saw PDX. PDX is not an NG team, so we have to actually comment. Now it's 2 NG teams going against each other. Now we look at the roster for Eclipse Gaming. We see Xavier on K, Crew. If you know anything about Crew, he's a deadly sniper. We see Dad. We see Valerio, and we see Retro, the man that nearly broke my poker code.
Anyways, very, very formidable lineup there. with Xavier, Cruel Dad, all the way up there to Retro, to Valerio K as well. And for the Series 7 side, we have Hacks, and we have the man that's telling us to shush. Virus is there, Bailey's is there, Fadi is there, Pain is there, Saint, and of course, last but by no means the least, the man that gives life to the team. Life is also standing for Series 7. So yeah, very interesting lineup, interesting players, and like you rightly said, they're both NG teams. So yeah, it's NG clashing with NG. But then we're gonna go on a short break and allow the players get themselves into the respective slots and get ready for the next match.
To you, man. To you.
All right, welcome back to the African Pro Series. Like I said earlier, waiting for the teams to get ready. You already know it is Series 7 up against Eclipse. Gaming where Eclipse will be eclipsing them tonight, or we'll see the power of the Sierra, come to play. We're already seen the starting lineup for both teams, very evenly matched. We already know everything. We know their background. They're both Nigerian teams, both NG teams. So yeah, the spirit, like I said earlier, I think that was a Black Matter saying that the spirit of we no go gree. If you're familiar with Pidgin, Nigerian Pidgin, we no go gree. Represents that tenacity. Say that, look, it's not over. When you say it's not over until it's over, this is a kind of match where it's going to be fully spelled out tonight. Both NG teams, Series 7. And Series 7 and Eclipse. But then it's happening on another very interesting map, Arsenal. We've not seen Arsenal this series. So yeah, we're going to be seeing Arsenal for Hardpoint. What do you think is going to be happening at Hardpoint, Arsenal, Black Master? Arsenal.
Yeah, I am loving the area view of the map. This is amazing. They come before the storm, but still, I don't admire the area view, man. Look at the whole obstacles, the beauty, the structures, everything in between. This is just CODM at its peak when it comes to map designs. Better give them kudos to the developers, of course. But then back to the game, back to the tournament, which is the APC. Well, hey, they're tied. The win rates are tied. The dominance and the standings are not that far off. One is the 5th, one is the 6th. The dominance numbers are very close as well. So we should expect something close. Maybe a 50 to 30 maybe a 250, 240, maybe something even closer, maybe a 250, 248 or 247, if I'm being bold, because both these teams, they're pretty good. ECL was a contender, they were the contenders for the Deca Cup finals. They stopped at the semis, they couldn't get past XN9 beat them to it, and now Series 07 contended in the Deca Cups finals, and they did not win. XN9 beat them to it. So right now, both these contenders are now here. Of course, then we get straight into the hard point on us now. Take us away, man.
Of course, when the perspective of Retro, it's starting back here, and we're seeing a lot of aggression coming in from both sides, but then Retro gets taken away before the man could even relax into the game. Crew back there doing it for the ECL team. It seems like it's been an advantage of ECL right now, because they're 7.8 points away and they're driving it home. Pretty much the first team to get into the double digits here. Was really able to see them get into the triple digits. I don't know. But then players are getting sent back and forth. Xavier back there shows his face. He gets sent away by Life. Life squeezed the life out of him, but then Life has been sent away as well. Virus comes in. Finds a player on the other side, not able to deal the damage, and Saint comes in, the man that doesn't play as a Saint at all. Saint gets sent away, Life comes in, draining Life as usual. We're expecting that the man will give Life, but then he drains Life. That comes in for the ECL, another very dangerous player for this team, but then he gets sent away before he could even find his balance. They're getting set for the next deal right now, but then that's not before K finds a player and send him away. ECL seems to be doing good at this point.
Yeah, that's 4 piece picked up with the PMP on K. Doing numbers there for ECL, 89, the double the score lead now. ECL starting to look good. They take back P2, and of course, contest will come through from Series 07, but the Nate will get ECL away from that hill, and now they take it back one more time. When it comes to contest, ECL seems to be doing a lot better there. It's still 29, make that 30, 11. ECL starting to rack up, starting to get closer. Crew with a 2-piece, Satan, Paddy, 4, and that's gonna be on K. Still doing numbers, maybe the XM4 finds one of his own, and the machine pistol get him a double, getting to the 40-point mark. Series 07 haven't found their footing on hard point.
They haven't at all. Life is trying to make that happen for them, but then he gets sent away as well. Dad is there holding strong, holding straight for the team, already moving in for that earlier touch. Very smart player at this point. They're going to the third heal. It seems to be an advantage of the ECL team, because every player seems to be in position. We have Retro here also moving in 24-46. It is Retro is going to hold, that corner, hold it tightly. Cruel has the Vortex ready, making sure that nobody comes through that door. Retro still there, standing, finds a player, sends him away, finds another one, but then he gets sent packing. Equalizer in hand for on K. Man's coming through, finds a player, destroys him. Seems like he's going to find another, but no, it's not going to happen. Retro comes in with a death machine. Seems like all their operator skills are locked in for the ECL, and they are not going to waste any time to use it. Pain deals a little bit of pain there, but then it's not enough pain because Dad sends him away. Shows him that he's the dad. Here, Life comes in, squeezing life as usual. You expect that the man will give life, but then he squeezes another one. And gives it to the 07 team before he gets sent away by Dad. ECL comes through Fadi right there. We're finally seeing Fadi in his elements, but then Pain is still there with the death machine, dealing a lot of pain with that operator skill back there. Pain is still in position as it for the S7 team, but that's not enough because the ECL team already moving into the next one. Like I said, they're feeding on the scrap time, which is not a very, very good one, especially when it just shows that you're lagging a lot. ECL already in position for the next one.
There will be the hill in their favor as well. 76-48. ACL still holding strong onto that lead. They started out well, they're still maintaining it as well. Now they take back that scrap time. Rushing the hill time. Now Virus, that's Equalizer, picks up one. Now looking for his next target. Virus takes down Xavier, Retro falls as well. Back and forth from both teams. So the Equalizer still doing numbers. What the man gets taken down to. That can be good. War Machine almost charged up for body from PMP without to do for now. Finds one, Kane with a bread, finds Retro, who falls as well to Fadi. A sniper 1v1 between both these players. Then Saints trying to find a Fadi, gets taken down. Now the number scores are tied, and S7 take that lead away from ECL. A hard fought battle. Finally, they break through, and the scrap time will be what will life fight at 3 Ps to get them far from that lead. lead and give ECL a taste of their own medicine when it comes to the scoreboard. But 88-77, ECL take things back, they rotate straight back to the hill. Then 0-7 will come to contest.
They'll come to contest, but that's not enough to get them where they need to be because ECL seems to have control of this objective. They have everything in hand. They're pushing the lead away, trying to find a way to balance it out. Spain was coming through right there, but then gets sent away by Dad. Dad finds another as well. We're going to go to ECL and hear what they're doing, how the comms are going back there. Let's get first-hand information from ECL as we go into the listening.
Let's go. It's Ricky.
Right, guys. Cook your nails, guys. Cook your nails.
God bless you. Ready to come. Yeah, rotation for P1.
I go play windows.
We know where that's
I'll play your windows. I have your windows. Watch your bench.
We know where that's funny. Retro. Go aggressive. That's funny there.
Thank you.
Guys, window. One more window.
I spawned out.
Soak up J. Guys, window. Pick up window.
I did blind. Okay, so I did blue now. Sharp.
Is this side window? Window.
Save. Nice.
He's dead.
She's spawning cafeteria. They're spawning cafeteria. Zeba. Turn your back. No. Lab. Zeba, jump down.
I had a pop-out machine here. Play my window.
No, vent.
Yo, on chill.
Of course, vent, window everywhere seems to be choked, but then that's the definition of being locked in. They seem to be very locked in, the ECL team, as we went into that listening. What did you hear, Black Master? What's your interpretation of what was going on back there?
I definitely did hear God bless you, and of course, welcome to Nigerian Comms, where we get to hear that in the Nigerian Comms. So still, that's a good thing. God is always involved in everything. Glory to him. And of course, they are still dealing numbers here. ECL maintaining that lead and taking it back from Series 07. It seems like those call-outs were really helpful. Then because they've been playing finds one back and forth, we see these teams with no go green mindset in play. 161-116. The heal time in favor of ECL sees the man drop, but it puts him down. No time to waste. And now Pro finding more numbers with the PMP 170, 160, 116. They are far, they're holding on to that lead. The Tempest comes out to play for Saints, find Xavier, paying Saint Paul's, gets rid out. Only one foul with the shot that, and now on case, they finding more numbers with the PMP 181, 116. The scrap time is here, but ECL still has that hold of that game.
Of course, they seem to love that objective, the ECL team, and they don't joke with it at all. When the perspective of Retro is going to let them have that scrap time, but then Life is in position trying to, breathe life into the Tier 7 team. He was able to get one player out of the objective. Of course, he's not able to do that. We're going to go to S7. We've heard Eclipse earlier. Let's get first-hand information with the listening from the S7 team.
I spawned out.
From Kobe. They're long.
From me, long.
Confused. Machine.
Guys, stairs. Come on.
Right, this machine go me.
This machine might vent or something.
No, left.
Kill me.
I'm flashed. So I'm scared.
One more smaller.
I'm flashed again.
Yes, Kobe. I'm not sure smaller.
Copy.
Dead. Watch stairs, guys. Watch stairs.
You spawn new.
Guys, stairs.
Going.
What stairs?
I'm going here. Number one.
Copy.
I'll be going.
One new is on the head. Is one tap. Now we need day fast on that rotate. Virus, let's push in. He's on the head. He carry gun, pre-fire.
He's there.
He's dead.
Nice. Looking. Have you called?
There's one tap.
I go on. Very close.
Push
Nice.
up immediately. Push
Push up, like, push up. Push up, I'm preparing.
I'm going to him. Double the shot.
Context there. Context there.
I spawned behind them 4.
You're on.
Okay, that was definitely an intense set of call-outs. Of course, we had Virus being told to pre-fire and other communications in between. But how about you, your end, Onaga? What some things you had?
Yeah, of course, Kobe, and a lot going on back there. But then that shows the intensity. It shows the struggle, like they'll say, they struggle. Thank God this is a Niger, so I can say it, they struggle. A lot of struggle happening right there. Virus back there. You know what Virus does? If life gives you life, Virus will take it back. Then Virus takes one player out right there. But that's not to... Let's not forget that while all that was going on, the ECL team already found themselves into the 200 mark, and they've not stopped in yet. They seem to be pushing it away. Retro holding that position tightly, not able to find a player. Gets sent away while he was crouching there. Crew back there, he has position in. Virus comes in, picks the life out with the equalizer, finds another one as well, but then he gets taken away. 240 is 177, 178. Still a little bit of struggle for the Series 7 team, but Retro pulls out the death machine, and death will be dealt to the Series 7 team here, making sure that they do not find their way into that objective. Finds another player. 250 it is, and Eclipse Gaming take it home after that very tightly feasted contest.
Tightly feasted indeed. Contest indeed. Very well phrased word, Onaga. And of course, we do see hard point on Arsenal going to Eclipse Gaming.
Eclipse
but
Gaming.
Well, it was not without a fight.
That's what you want to see, you know. That's what you want to see for the first time. You know, usually listening is always for the team that is, you know, that has a foot behind. They're struggling a bit. But for tonight, we're able to go in and listen to both teams. That's to show you how level they had. Kudos to production for, you know, allowing us go in and listen to, you know, both teams and, you know, see what's going, get first-hand information what's going on right there. But then it's ended in favor of ECL. You can see the match details right in front of us.
Indeed, 194 impact for Crew. And of course, 27 bomb dropped, but the highest being Retro, 39 for the man, 41 for Life, 34 for Pain, 164 maximum impact on his end. The boys of S7 did what they could. It just wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. They fought really hard, but then timing is always of the essence. And if you remember listening from ECL, a player was saying, we need to do very fast with those rotations. You know, that's to tell you how much they prioritized timing. And I think that came through for them, you know, going ahead, you know, to win. That timing is always of the essence, you know, no matter how aggressive you play, no matter how much of work you play, you also have to, you know, take note of your time and make sure that you're, you know, that those rotations are coming in at the time that they should be coming in, because when they come in early enough, you're able to establish a forward operating base, you know, unlike when you're just coming in, you're not settled in, and then you get taken out. So the bulk of the times they were finding themselves in a situation where they rotate, they're not settled in, they get taken out. But anyways, they still have the chance to prove themselves as we go into Coastal Search and Destroy.
Fingers crossed, we might actually get to see a control rate here. Honestly, we might get to see. I mean, these are 20 teams. The hard point was a struggle. It was a contest, a fierce one at that, back and forth, lots of times. We had the listening in. We saw how the players were agitated. We saw the tenacious nature. We saw the psychological stability between these players. No one was panicking. They were just trying to be coordinated, trying to urge each other. We had, you know, Virus pre-fire, take your gun, do this. You know, we saw the directions and the instructions being given by these teams in their call-outs, and all the things then we're not doing right. Like you said, you know, we need to be taking the rotation seriously when it comes to securing those points, securing those heals, you know, playing for points and all that. Somebody being the slayer. These are the things that these NG teams know. And of course, I like the coordination there. Let's see how this goes. We might get to see a control rate, because I tell you, Series 7 will not take this hard points loss easily.
They would not take it lying low. Of course, seeing what happened right there, they knew that slipped through their fingers back there. It slipped through. It wasn't so much of a beating. It was just making those slips that happen. Like I said earlier, when two evenly teams meet, one will be hoping that the other makes a mistake, and it seems like the mistake came from the Series 7 team, and they still have a coastal search and destroy to correct that mistake. Hopefully, they'll be able to go ahead and do that, because I'm sure that their fans and the whole of their camp will be counting on them to do that. Two evenly matched teams. So yeah, it's very hard to call. With what we've seen with hard points, you can easily say that one team is going to take that. So yeah, let's go ahead and see how much intensity they're going to be bringing into the next match.
You're looking at the polls, of course, on the stream channel, of course, the ASG official YouTube, where the match is being streamed. And of course, shout out to all our watch partyers as well that are currently watch partying our stream right now. And back to what I was about to say, the poll says 55% goes to ECL and 45% goes to S7. Now, this is close. This is closer than anything we've seen when it comes to the poll. We usually see like a large gap, maybe a 70-something, 20-something, or a 90-something, 10. But now we're seeing something really close. It tells you that irrespective of what we just saw in the hard point, there are still a lot of people that believe that S7 can make that reverse sweep happen.
Of course. S7 is not a pushover team, especially if you're talking ECL S7. Not a pushover team at all. So yeah, we expect. I am one of those. I share in that sentiment that can happen. We saw what happened back there with Retro. Making that's one of the mistakes earlier. Those rotation, not able to establish an operating base to push forward, and they get taken out because they are not rotating early enough. ECL prioritized those early rotation, and it took advantage of it. And it took advantage of pretty much holding that objective. You had that in places where it should be the bulk of the times inside of the OBJ. Retro also, in position where it should be. You had the operator skills coming in at times they should come in. So it's just a question of understanding timing and the other team, slacking off a bit. So as we go into S&D, hopefully they'll be able to put their house in order. I can already imagine what they'll be telling themselves right now.
Hopefully we get another listening in to get to know that, man. Hopefully, because we are still starting to production just confirmed there is no listening in, sadly, so we're just gonna have to assume on our own what they are saying to each other. Hopefully they get to fix those problems they talked about, the hard points, because that's what matters: identifying mistakes and
fixing them.
Exactly, man. Those rotations they talked about, those things they talked about. Hopefully Series 7 get to fix those. And if you're Eclipse, don't rest, don't lay back. Just because you took the hard point does not mean you get to relax. You're going against your fellow Nigerians, so
I'm pretty sure they know that. It's not over until it's over. And this match, this particular one that we're going into, might just turn things around. When you slack, you snooze, you lose. This is you snooze, you lose moment that we're going into right now. It's going to S&D. They're already getting ready. They're getting themselves in place, pretty much doing final checks, checking their loadout, making sure they have the right loadouts and not the wrong ones and stuff like that. Pretty much happening right now. They're going to do a little bit of back and forth. You know how it is. But then they're getting ready. And it's going to be intense. We already know.
You already know, of course.
And 7th.
It's close, and the league forward. But of course, talking about the players a little bit, we know the S&D is going to be between Fatty and Crow, two snipers. We're going to be seeing it. It's a blink, you miss it. You pick, you die. You get script off. Don't poke a sniper. I always say it all the time. Don't poke a sniper. Once you poke and you see that flash of light, there are only two ways that can happen. It's either you die or somehow you live to tell the tale, only to die later. But still, hey, it's the S&D. It's going to be the area view before the map starts. Let's see. And according to the chat, I'm seeing a lot of people saying S7 better cook for the S&D.
Defend the objective.
S7 better cook is expected that they should cook. That's what everybody's expecting. We see Live cooking a grenade right there, but then it's going to switch back to trophy system instead, making sure that it has a stop. The grenade finally cooked, sends it away, and it's going to hold position back behind the terminal there. Two players on the other side, they're not going to peek it. S&D is the match where you have to be very, the mode where you have to be very careful when you're peeking. Live comes through, but then it gets sent away. Would have been an easy two-piece, but then that didn't happen for the man. Like I said earlier, when Live gives you Live, Virus takes it back. Virus still on his way, trying to take the life off of the two players on the other side. That comes in for Kelly plan to get sent away by Virus. Of course, takes the life away. Numbers are in for the Series 7. Oh, make it a... Numbers are in for them, making a 3v2. Uncle K on the other side, and Virus back here takes the life, sweeps the life out of the entire team. Give it off for Series 7, winning the first round, kicking them into a very, early start. That was Virus back there taking life away from the entire team. Went in there, take one.
Jesus. That was an intense match. Of course, Virus coming in clutch there, taking two members down just like that. Now round 2 is straight where we get into. And of course, numbers being dropped already. Dad finds Fadi, vital kill. Now dropped. That can't be good. So looking at things now, right now, the 5v4, Cool is still there. And of course, gets flashbang, but doesn't get put down. And now on K, a retro force, Virus force. Dad puts him down. Now Xavier as well. Pain finds him. Dad finds another. Gets straight up by Sage. And that's Cool taken out, getting taken out by Sage. As Sage gets a double. Now Series 7, each members are starting to get double power out.
This is it. This is it, folks. Saint comes through, a little bit of glove inspection right there, feeling very comfortable. Moves into position. Seems like we're going to be getting the weapon wielded out soon. On K on the other side, he seems to be in a very dangerous position. This is where you do not pick unnecessarily. Life back there takes off the trophy system back on ahead, making sure that those grenades finds their way through to the target. Life back there sends his own grenade in. He's able to get those very sweet Kobe's. Doesn't seem like it, because that player is going to move away from the point where the grenade will detonate. We have Crew back there looking for the wall banks back there. He has a little bit of opening to make sure that happens. One player already down. That's on K, down on the side of the ECL team. That back there, that gets sent away as well by Virus, and make that 4v1 right now. Numbers looking good for the Series 7 team. Kroll finds a player there, sends him away, make it a 2v1. 2v1, Payne back there taking the prone position. The bomb is down. Bomb is down. Kroll doesn't find anyone there. They're holding position on the other side. Virus is there, giving that needed support. It's a sandwich position. Definitely he won't be able to pull it. Of course, Crow sends him packing. Series 7 looking good, though.
That was close, I gotta say, man. Him taking down Fadi, and at the same time, 2 kills picked up, and it looks like, yeah, everyone is just getting 2 kills at this point. Every single round, it's like, okay, hey, it's my turn, get your own double. But now Crew takes out Bane, that's 1 down, and now maybe another. Fadi looking for his own as well, gets shot, but then man would have to hold back now, just heal up. Now 5v4. Where we're standing at. He sees the man now. Life with the Odin might find a double, but Baxter, don't back them. Go back and finish the fight. And Xavier will put him down. Now 3v4. Bomb not planted. It's just full on TDM in round 4 of S&D.
Full on TDM right now. But plant already going in. Xavier is going to play OBJ at this point. They're being very careful now. They're seeing that they're locked in behind. Fadi gets sent away. Virus still standing, finds a player, sends him away. It's going to be a glove thing now, and they have all the time in the world. And Saints will do the honors with the sends it back to Virus to do the honors with the defuse back. Like you said earlier, they have all the time in the world. So yeah, why not play it around a bit? Series 7 seems to be cruising 4-0 after 4 rounds.
Man, this is not the Eclipse I thought I saw in the hard point, because this is a different story entirely. But then hopefully S7 not choking. Jesus Christ, Crew! What the hell? He finds one almost goes big. And production, please don't say that again in my ear. It's 5v4. Now we find double. Fadi responding to Crow and saying, if you can take one, I can take three. And that's 3v2. Now gets taken down, put down by Dad. It's a 3v2. Dad still there. Now Life gets taken out. Xavier puts him down, of course. 2v2. Numbers are tied. ECL maybe a chance to finally take one round for themselves. But Fadi's still there. Actually, it's not there anymore. Now the bomb being planted by Xavier gets planted. Location given out. But then numbers are still tied here. Nades thrown by Dad. Dad and Xavier. Last man standing on the Eclipse side. Man, can they clutch it? It's the big question.
Well, they were expecting to clutch it or lose it because the other team on the other side are not playing as well. Dad moves out. Xavier moves out as well. Going to Dad and Xavier at this point. On the other side as well, we have Payne. Xavier back and forth. Dad, Xavier. Dad gets one. And, well, they get the other one as well. And that makes it a one finally for, we can see Crow there with that very deadly snipe all the way back to Fadi with the response. And boom. Before he gets taken down by Dad. Excellent gameplay for both teams. Both is snipers from either side. But then we're on to Dad right now. ECL team will also Cruel. We're able to see that excellent snipe again. He does it again. Cruel finds one. He's able to find another. Doesn't seem like it. Xavier is going to go in for the early plant. Objective play 3-4 it is in terms of the life count on field of play. Fadi there to give the response. He does give the response. Fadi does it and finds another as well, making 2. 3 Fadi! 3 Fadi! 4 Fadi! 4 Fadi!
Jesus Christ!
Diffused.
Bro!
Oh my God!
Bro, what the hell?
Oh my God!
Bro,
Oh my God! Anyways, 5-1 it is as we go into the 7th round. Fadi. Oh my God.
Jesus. I nearly took off my headphones, but now round 6 is around 7 rather is where we are. Fadi now numbers being dropped. Back and forth, that's Retro with the 2v. Okay, fight Xavier forced to Fadi, and now 2v4. ECL might just be onto something here, but Retro is still there. Fadi's still there. If anyone can clutch a 2v4, it's gonna be these guys. And then they are taking it slow. They're holding in line. Now Fadi and Payne, the last men standing. All the boys of Series 07. But then Cruel is still there. His counterpart. They're still there. They're still holding out here, just keeping their distance. They might run into each other soon though. How much can they? That's then Fadi. Gonna walk Slay on K. Might run into Retro soon. Take some shots, but able to get away though. They might chase him down. He throws the nade there. Will that be a wise decision though? Yep. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful though. Sees his teammates chill. That's your teammate. Then check your corners. Will matter in situations like this. Both of them pull away from the B side.
Of course, we're seeing Payne right now. Only 2 of them there left to pull this very enormous 2v4. Payne back there, would he be able to deal the pain that is expected of his team? Payne still onto Payne, and to give support is Fadi. We saw him earlier, very dangerous player there. Brings the sniper, wills it, and of course that's going to switch for a bit. We're still onto Payne anyways, but then the man is there to give support. Payne finds a player, sends him away. Fadi up in front, being very energetic. Make it a 2v3 now. They are not resting on their house. Fadi back there for the easy plan. Dad finds play on the other side, sends him away, and Dad is still standing. Is going to go for the chase. 3v1 it is right now. Fadi back here is the only man left standing to pull this 1v3. Fadi, scope opens. Are we going to see another Fadi cry? Fadi back there, 3 players on the other side, but then he gets sent away by Retro. This is not the time. Fadi cool down a bit. 5-2 it is after 7th round.
Man, they get it diffused, and of course ECL take the round. They realize that if they go full on TDM, they might not be able to get it. They might not be able to get it. Not with the way S7 are currently playing. But then they went for the diffuse. Remember, there's also OBJ in SND, not just full on TDM. And of course, it's always good to keep that in mind. Now round 8 is where we get straight into there. 5v5. Numbers are still tied. And that's Xavier holding position and Fadi as well. Sees the man. 1 pixel will do, but that's not gonna be enough. The man almost gets taken down, but then lives to tell the team sit. Live Fadi picks up 1. That's 3 members of ECL going down. Now the bomb being planted by Pain. They know that OBJ matters as well. 4v2. Can ECL still hold in?
Oh, well, it doesn't seem like it here when we look at the numbers and field of play. Live finds a player, squeezes the life out of the man, but then he gets sent away by Dan. Dan gets sent away or by another player on the other side as well. 6-2 it is after 8 rounds. We're going into the next round. It is match point for Series 7. It seems like this is where they force us into a control.
Destroy the objective.
Yep. Potential match points round for potential. Actually, there are match point here, so it's definitely make or break right now for Series 7. It's either here or potential choke, but no, Fadi takes out Dad, and now Crew takes out Life. It's still Fadi versus Crew though. It's still the SLD, and of course production has to take the camera away at the moment, at the peak moment. Saints are being fights, but now the plant's coming through. No time wasted. That's Virus planting the bomb. And now Retro on K, the last man standing for ECL. Can they delay Series 7 by 1 more round? Or will Series 7 force that control out? And now you see them, the man is prone. They don't know. The man is able to get away. And now not put down. 4v2 is still the situation.
4v2 it is, seems to be looking good for the Series 7 side. Seems like this is where they finally go to close it. A lot of gunshot going on for on K right there, but then he gets dealt a little bit of pain from Pain. On K, last man standing gets sent away, and Series 7 S&D in the bag. For the first time, we're not seeing the same logo on both that 2 different maps. We have 2 different logos, 2 different maps, which is what we expect to see. 7-2, 250, 170, 9 as we go into raid control. Love to see it.
I love to see it as well, man. I really love to see it as well. But still, hey, let's see how this goes, man. Control on raid. Man, it's just gra back and forth. But then that S&D almost looked one-sided, but then ECL started to fight back, and it just wasn't at the right time. Yeah,
it's just little gra, you know. So to show that we're still there, we're not out yet. But then you can take it away. Fadi 192 impact right there, 14 kills, and 4 of them came from the same spot. We saw those very sweet snipes earlier. Virus also falling closely behind. 7-7 it is for Virus and Pain, and Life falling closely behind with Saint, and 6-6 it is in terms of kill count. 129, 122, 105, and 122 it is in terms of how much impact they dealt in the field of play.
Yep, in the field of play indeed. That, of course, having the same number of kills with Crew. That's 9 for both of them. And on the other side, it's the Fadi versus Crew, but things are looking way better for Fadi. 14 bomb. That's 5 more than Crew made. And of course, 192 impact. And man, this is starting to look really good for S7. Of course, still ripping up that reputation there. One of the S7 teams in NG, one of the S&D teams in NG. But still, hey, control, it's anybody's game. I gotta come out and say that. Irrespective of how the S&D went, I still want to believe control is anybody's game. And now, looking at the stats right here with the polls, look, we can see the votes here. Everyone is still inclining towards Series 7 because of the convincing S&D play.
Yeah, of course. You could tell that, they made a lot of sleeps with the hard point there, and they did a very good comeback, with the S&D. So it's not so surprising at all that they're going to have, support tilting towards their camp. They're going to have a lot of inclination at this point because they've proven themselves. And the Eclipse gaming team have a lot of work in their hands right now to, sustain the momentum that they brought in earlier, especially for, the hard point game. And like I would always say, hard points is a little bit of, controls a little bit of hard points, a little bit of S&D back and forth. So you're just bringing both together into, this mode. So yeah, you have a lot of, you're going to have a lot of strategic repositioning, strategy shift, strategy coming in back and forth. But then both teams are expected to do the same thing as well. So yeah, whatever happens here tonight. I still don't think that it is a particular team's game. Yeah, I still think it's any team's game. So yeah, you better not be making those sleeps here. You have to have when you're in a position, make sure that you're in the right position and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing at that point in time. So yeah, still anybody's game, and you don't want to be the sorry team here tonight.
Yep, you don't want to be the sorry team. There's only one team that can take control or raid to end the series. Of course, for tonight, and of course, our last game for tonight. It's been such a long run. It's been such an amazing set of games we've seen so far. Starting from Mashharder Trinity, we saw Mashharder start out so well, but Trinity said, "Nah, no, you don't. No, you don't." And then we moved on to the games from there. And then we saw Cyclone esports, of course, do what they do best and preserve their title on that second place. And of course, then we get into the game that was so convincing, the outcome, that PDX just had to end it in 16 minutes. The fastest game so far tonight, world record, league record, and ASG African Pro Series record. Of course, then we get to the final game for tonight, where we are right now. It's the final map, it's control, where both these Nigerian teams will show each other Pepe. We saw ECL dominate the hard points, S7 dominates the S&D. Who's going to dominate control?
It's actually very interesting, considering that it's the last match of the night and we're seeing control. It's actually very remarkable. So yeah, who's going to dominate control is the big question. Series X7, and of course, you have Eclipse Gaming, two very evenly matched, very close on the table. They're like brothers on that table there, 6th and 7th. And in terms of win rate, you have 33, don't forget 33.3% for both teams. So yeah, same power level, same Evo score, if you would ask me. But then one team has to win, right? I no go agree would end at control. One team has to agree. One team has to agree tonight, and that's it. We're here. That's the map. Very beautiful. This is the peace before the chaos, the calm before the storm. They're getting ready to get to grace this very beautiful map and throw their nades around and destroy the place.
Yeah, I like the fact that you put it that way. I no go agree. It's anti control. We can drag this on, but remember, it's a best of 3. You've dragged it up to the 3rd map, so this is as far as we go. S7 and Eclipse ended here. So let's see who is gonna be 7th, who is gonna be 6th. Let's see who is gonna take, move up that ladder a little bit and see where we get from there. Of course, 1 point are now awarded to each of these teams because they've taken one more map for themselves. So yeah, let's see who takes more, and let's see who are sent up to that lava. Even if it's just a little bit one board above. And yeah, they're not going to be clashing against each other. So that's the league rotations. You only get to meet one team once. And both these NG teams have clashed against each other tonight. So let's see who is the better NG team.
Yeah, who's the better NG team it is. And it's exactly what it is, all right? The team that wins it tonight is the better NG team, definitely. We've seen a performance back and forth from Hardpoint all the way to S&D, and both teams shined. One team shined for Hardpoint, the other team shined for S&D. All right, so at this point, this is where you cool off, drink your water, rehydrate, and get yourself back in the game, because there are no excuses now. You would not have the chance to repeat you have the chance to repeat this. After tonight, everybody goes to have their very sweet sleep, including the casters as well, because it's been a long night. But then we're lucky to see a match as graceful as this, as intense as this, all the way to the final map. We're getting to see all the designated map for the night, so yeah, we're very lucky. But then show us something, we expect both teams to show us something worth watching tonight. We don't want to see a one-sided tilt. It shows what you did. We had fun, but then one team has to win anyway, so let's see the team that wins.
Yeah, so I want to just put you on the spot real quick. It's gonna be back and forth. We know that, right? But speaking on control scores, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a anonymous thing there. Okay. Don't mention the team, but what do you think? Don't mention which team, but what do you think the scoreline is gonna look like? 3-1, 3-0, 3-2.
It is going to look like a 3-1. But I wouldn't mention.
Yeah,
exactly like you said.
Exactly, that's good. I'm also gonna go for that as well. But now we get straight to round 1 of control, and you can see Fadi already still doing numbers to pick up early. Get straight up by Xavier. No can do. You've done enough in the S&D. This is control where it's a last chance here, and Eclipse Gaming will not have the numbers advantage. They tried their best to go for that capture, but Series S7 are doing a great job with the defense.
Of course, you expect that that's going to happen. We already have Retro moving into position, but then it gets sent away. You have to wait for the next round now. Dad back there coming in for the team. Gets flashed there. And it seems like I would have a new man coming in for the team. I can replace him there, but Onke is still standing for the ECL team as well. 23-21 it is. And it's still looking quite good for either side. No tick has been fully captured yet. You have more on the A tick, but then still not enough to get the score for the full tick should be. They finally get it. It seems like they finally close the first tick for the A side, and moving into the second tick it is right now. Numbers are draining for the ECL side. They still have the 20 plus mark for the Series 7 side. We would say that they're the ones that are looking good right now, but then when it comes to control, you can't really say that it's over. The full tick is captured for the A side.
Yep, one flag lost. The Series 7 is definitely going to have to do a better job with the defense if you want to preserve this B flag, because that's the only thing standing between them and Eclipse Gaming is taking the best round of control for themselves. Life counts not in their favor though. 17-12. Series 7 has it there. 16-11 as we'll be seeing so far. They're doing a good job when it comes to life count. When it comes to control and the game itself, they all be playing for that capture. Eclipse Gaming seems to be struggling. No single tick locked on the B flag. They're losing a lot of lives. Now 39. Seems like they're going for full TDM here. No more captures. Let's just try to go at it with our guns in our gloves if necessary here, as we see Xavier there with the gloves and 52 is picked up there. Now 10-7, 3 life counts difference here. Series 7 they now have 10, but Eclipse Gaming enter the no more respawn zone. That can't be good for round 1 of control, but no 3-piece picked up there. That is Iki doing numbers back and forth, and now Series 7 might enter the no more respawn zone. So it's 6-4, 2 life count difference, 4 for ECL, 6 for Series 7. 1 tick locked in, not locked in yet on the build back is 6-3, make that 6-2, back and forth, 5-1, and Series 7 take first round of control.
Like we said earlier, it's going to be 3-1. It's either it's 1-3 now because Series 7 is in the lead, or it's going to be 3 all the way to finally see a 1 response. But then Series 7 takes the first round as we move into the second round. Nate goes in for Dad back there. Has the Annihilator locked in. Is not able to find a play on the other side. Finds him, but then he's not able to deal that damage and to get the reward in terms of kill. That man is going to move away. War Machine comes in for Xavier, comes in for Fadi as well, finds a player with the War Machine there, finds another one, lock in that corner, you snooze, you lose. The man was snoozing there, goes caught lacking. Fadi comes in with the machine gun pistol, gets flashed. Oh, that was him flashing himself there. Retro comes in, takes advantage of that, sends him away. 26-26, numbers still very well preserved for both teams. Going down, it seems to be a tete-a-tete, it seems to be a knock me and knock you thing. We know Greece still going on here. Fadi back there with the sniper now. Not able to find any player on the other side, but then it seems like the flashbang found the player there. That's Spain holding position, but then OBJ play, they seem to be doing very well. 2 ticks locked for the B side. A side, what the second tick locked and moving into the third tick. And Series 7 seems to be looking good. Fadi in position with the sniper, making sure that no one comes there. You peek, you die. Seems to be it. A side capture, finds a player, sends him away, finds another. It's not able to deal that damage. XM4 sends him away. Life back here.
Okay, we'll be 21-15. 2 tick locked in. 1 more tick to take round 2 of control. And of course, we're going to go straight to the listening in for Series 7.
Nice, beautiful, easy.
Wow, that was intense, Naga.
Yeah, intense it is. We expect that it's going to be intense, but Series 7 doesn't seem like they are resting yet. They want to close this as soon as possible. Multiple grenades going in. We're in the perspective of live smoke grenade. It is. He's able to find a player, gets damaged, but then that's not enough because the man was holding a deadlier weapon in the death machine. That's Retro right there. Finds 2 players. Then it gets sent away. One of the frag grenades. Virus comes through. Xavier as well for ECL. Getting damaged and nowhere it is. It gets sent packing on K. It is right there. AY for ECL. Switchblade in hand. Doesn't find a player. Too much smoke right there. They're being very evasive. They send him away, taking advantage of the smoke right there. Retro coming back from spawn. Finds a player on the other side. That seems to be Fadi in front of him. Sends Fadi away. 2-piece. It is easy 1v2, but then it gets sent packing by Live Dad coming back from spawn. It is going to be TDM at this point, no longer control. Let's take as many men as we can. 22, 16 it is, and 07 seems to be looking good as Retro moves into position. Finds a player there. It's not able to deal that damage. Let's hear what Eclipse are saying to themselves as we go into the listening.
Dead.
Did they go basketball? Did they go basketball?
One
No,
inside
guys,
basketball, 2 basketball.
You need to cap.
Ah,
If they stack on there, just smoke them off. Oh, guys, everybody stack me. Meet. Bro, on the
Black
pop down.
Pillars.
Stack me. We only have 20 seconds. Watch your pillars.
Don't be said there.
Did they give up B?
That's me, don't be.
There's a guy kitchen to your left. Go to your left.
Oh, is it one? Jungle. What is this?
Watch your Q count.
Jungle bomb is weak. Oh.
Oh my goodness. At some point, it almost looked like they were starting to spawn trap them. Series 07 just going for them at their spawns. That's gotta be dirty now. But 8-1 last member Retro against 8 members with Naga. But yeah, 1 down. That's the road there. 7 more, maybe another, but the man will escape for now.
Of course, escape is, if you can find the kill, at least find your escape, but then that's not escape for Retro right now because it gets sent away. 3-0 it is, and Series 7 looking good. 3-0 it is, not 3-1. We thought it was going to be 3-1 earlier, but then 3-0 it is, and Series 7 wins control and raid and search and destroy back at Coastal. That was a good comeback. Honestly, very good comeback, especially with how much suffering they had to go through with Eclipse, knowing that they have this much power there. We would call that suffering because they should have won that back at hard point.
Yeah, they should have won that. It did. A lot of back and forth, but it seems to me, according to how the gameplay looked like, it seems like the back and forth was only in the hard points, man, because we saw a different complete story in the S&D and in the control. S7 pulling out a reverse sweep on them and just showing who really should be up there. And now on K, look at the stats. We see him on a 105 impact, 14 kills, 12 for Dad, and of course, 25 for Live.
Yeah, of course, 25 for Live there. They pretty much pulled everything they had and they came in very, very strong. But then the other side, you have on K with 14, the highest for the team. Dad and Xavier with 12 kills each. 11 goes to Retro and 9 to AY, the new man that came in for the team. But then on K with 105 impact there, not enough for how much impact Live pulled for the team, 171. But 3-0 there with no response from the Eclipse gaming side. That's actually a lot. We actually thought that was going to be 3-1, but then not being able to find a response and control shows that you did not deserve the hard point at all.
Indeed, but still, man, that was the final mode that was the final round for the final map for tonight, and it has been a very, very long time. And a very long hours actually, because this is almost a 3 hours plus stream. 4 games. We saw the 4th one being tracked out. Nigerian, we know go green mindset, and man, I'll just let you do the honors of ending the stream, man.
Oh well, we no go agree. Like we said, we no go agree would always end at the end of the control right there with Sirius 7 taking in Oman. I can almost hear the deafening jubilation in their camp right now, because at some point I'm sure they thought that it was over. Then it's never over until it's over. But then that's been African Pro Series for tonight. A lot of exciting gameplay. But then it always has to end. I know agree also has to end at some point. So yeah, this is where it ends for the casters. And of course, the matches for tonight. And for me personally, this is where I say good night over to Black Matter. Maybe he wants to take you through the night. But then it's good night for me, Onaga, here tonight.
Also as well, good night from me, from you guys. It's day 4 of the African Pro Series done and dusted. It's been Black Manta, it's been Onaga, it's been Jared, it's been production, it's been our Sports Gaming as our sponsors. We'll be seeing you guys next week Wednesday for the final day of the league phase. Maybe Monday rather for the final day of the league phase. And of course, production rest. Good night, guys. Enjoy your night.
Namaste.
It's been 2 years, and Stephen has literally given you boys plenty of time to get your stuff together, because you know what time it is. I think it's Channel 95 season. It's been 2 years, and Stephen has literally given you boys plenty of time to get your stuff together, because you know what time it is. I think it's Channel 95 season.
Put in the work, they discredit the work, man, you gotta be kidding me. Only really realize when they treating you lower than 10 keys. Got these strangers, they claiming they kin to me. Now my shoulder be colder than 10 degrees. Don't you hate when they talking a lot, but not doing a lot, and they draining your energy? Man, I got them on mute when I talk down. They run the game without a move from the waist down. Been gone for a minute, but I'm back now. Mister, every time you see me, got a new sound. Being lanes in the space for a hot minute. And the scale been off, check the analytics. Real talk, when the game slows down, they need a new sound. Take a guess who you think did it. Go time, they can see when I lace. Okay. I'm the one when they talk about taste. Okay. Damn bad out of luck, doing too much. I see the cramp up when they move on my pace. Okay. East side got a song to rotate. Okay. It's a hit, make my way to home base. Okay. Time's up, now you stuck all in the rush. You need to catch up while I set on my case. Talking about run it up. Game time. Run it up. Run it up. Yeah. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up. run it up, 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 run it up. I blame you for letting me in the booth. You know I murdered the beast. My pen is ready to shoot. I'm busting out of the window, hanging out of the coop. Again, concealing all of the proof. Hold on, give me a minute, you're running, they gotta choose. If they all are denied, they're certainly gonna lose. Know that I'm working hard, I can't believe that it's news. Baby, I'm from the Vegas, I'm destined to win or lose. So give me the money right now. My passion spews out of the crowd. They asking me what I did when all the people were literally weighing me down. I had to embezzle the crown. They say that I'm not from the town. I went on excursions all over the globe. What you gonna say to me now? Really think of God cause I'm self-driven Elon Musk. I resemble Wardell cause I'm beyond cuts. I get on the beat and eat like I miss my lunch. Don't be crazy, you a fool if you come on bluff. Grabbing the mic, I show off like I see my crush. She be hyped, gotta think maybe he might blush. It's a lid on the thrill, gotta keep my tongue. Think I'm Tyreek Hill, we're running the muck. I said, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up.